Yeah.
Check. Hey. Testing, testing.
I don't hear you.
Well, you're not going to.
Oh, okay, bet.
Everything's not bright enough, though. Everything's not set up. Good. I'm happy you can hear us.
Who loves us?
Our shit got completely fucked. We were trying to play music earlier, and it totally filtered it out. That's so crazy to me. I wonder if that means I'm, like, shadow banned.
You are.
Think so?
Yeah, probably.
Fuck.
You're no longer gonna be able to be seen on the Discover page.
They're actually doing that update. At least they're planning on it. Is what I saw, to where if you have a shit ton of channel points, you can like boost the person you watch.
Really?
And they can put them to like the front of the page.
That's okay. I mean, is that like a thing, like legitimate?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I would think so, but
so I mean, like if I were to like go into your fucking channel and I've got like 1 million fucking viewer points saved up, I could just boost you past like Ninja or some shit.
Yeah, that's the idea. And I mean, I feel like I do pretty well with that because everybody's got like 100,000 billion points saved up for no fucking reason.
I'm saving mine up for when you're on Siege and I'm actually watching, so I can just have you play Clash the entire night. Like Storm's like, oh yeah, this is the perfect round for fucking for Ella. Nah, Clash.
Welcome to episode 2 of Storm Chats. We don't have a guest this time. Everyone's busy as fuck.
Yep.
Because it's the holiday season. We were gonna have a guest, but he was not able to because he's working on the new update for Warzone. Which
Exciting.
Is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, damn it.
Like, we have questions.
I really wanted to get him on before that came out, so I could just be like, oogity boogity, tell me all your secrets. I want to know.
He gets fired.
Rough.
Oof. You hate to see it.
I really want to know I don't understand what he does as a QA though. I don't know. We'll talk to him about it. I don't want to talk about it. Talk about it right now.
Yeah, let's talk about something else, like politics.
No. It's kind of been stale lately, actually.
It really has. Now that the election is over,
he's whining in a corner, and Biden's running circles till he falls over before he becomes president.
They're still playing politics with the whole COVID relief shit.
Yeah, apparently there was a Harley saw thing that said they were gonna give us like $600 or some shit.
Hey, $600 pays for.
I was like, you know what? I'm not mad at that. Like, if they do that before Trump leaves, right? Give me the 600, then Trump leaves, then Biden comes in. He's like, oh, here's 1,200 more. Like, fuck you. I'm so sick of getting screwed over. Like, if I could just take your money and then not pay your taxes, we'll be fine.
Literally, just
don't come for me, IRS.
Come for him, please.
Yeah, it's been stale, which is nice at the same time, though. Like, I wish it was this quiet.
Facebook's been really quiet.
Yeah.
It's nothing but Star Wars shit right now because
the Mandalorian, bro. It'd be smacking.
Did you see all the shit that they just announced?
For Mandalorian?
For everything Disney related.
I saw a bunch of Marvel shit. I saw some shit about the Black Panther.
True.
About Home Dude not coming back in honor of Chadwick Boseman, right?
Yes.
And then I saw Fantastic Four got announced.
Yes.
So, and was the Spider-Man shit true?
Yes, they are confirmed to reprise their roles from earlier films.
Okay. That's actually kind of surprising for Sony.
But
for Andrew.
But what's his face? It ties in with Doctor Strange because Benedict Cumberbatch is also confirmed for Spider-Man 3. It's going to be something to do with into the multiverse type shit. So it's going to.
They better not do it to where they're just like, oh, we're just going to like show him for a few seconds. Like, you better fucking give me. Like, I need like a few fight scenes.
Triple Spider-Man. Everybody's talking about the Sinister Six making their like on-screen debut.
What is the Sinister? I don't see. I'm not as into Marvel as a lot of people are. What's the Sinister
I'm not
Six?
big into Spider-Man either, but it's literally like the fucking League of evildoers. It's like 6 people that Spider-Man beefs with. They're like, man, fuck Spider-Man. Somebody else can probably explain that better.
So
but
is this-
that's the gist.
I'm guessing it would be a comparison to the at the time when it was made, when Spider-Man was around, was it a comparison to what was the fucking the Legion, not Legion, the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, WWE just fucking.
The fucking, what was the name of the one that was Hitler in Japan?
The Axis powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Would
Yeah,
that be the like? Well, because everything he did was based on like historic, like not. It wasn't based on it per se, but it was like the same general concept, right?
Bro, he's just a neighborhood kid from Brooklyn, just trying to save.
I'm talking. I'm talking about Stan Lee.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
as the
I thought you
writer.
were talking about Spider-Man. Like, bro, he's just a teenager from
He's
Brooklyn
like-
trying to
he
get his
lined
shit
up
done.
his story like, yo, I have to make sure that these 6 unite.
Maybe I didn't even think about that.
But no, yeah, well, everything that's Marvel is based on
Like an allegory type shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
So like Captain America is like the he was like the symbol of like anti like racism and shit, like basically like the symbol of like equality, like that was his
Right.
whole idea as a character. So yeah, I mean, I would guess that the access to power would be the Sinister Six would be the same concept. Wait, the Sinister, isn't that the goddamn fucking movie with Samuel L. Jackson? The fucking, what was the God damn it.
That's Snakes on a Plane.
No.
Oh.
There's another one that came out. It's a
No, that's something else. I know what you're thinking of, like the
Yeah.
Hateful Eight or some shit.
yeah, Hateful Eight.
Or
That's what it is.
whatever the fuck
Hateful
it's-
Eight. And then what's the other one?
The Adam Sandler one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know the name of it, but that's the best fucking Netflix Adam Sandler movie I've ever seen.
That
in
is
my
the best
life.
Netflix original
Oh,
I've seen
dude,
in a
I didn't
while.
know what's his name that plays Jacob. I know him as Jacob from Twilight. because
Taylor
I-
Lautner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. When he's swinging, he's going, he's back.
With the fucking neck.
Look, mama, no hands. I'm fucking rolling that whole time. I was like, wow, he can. I like that. That was funny as fuck,
Shark
dude.
Boy Wyland, bro.
Dude, he killed me in that movie. He did such a good job. Why do I have 3 nipples?
The one that couldn't fucking talk is the one that got me all the time. Like, it's just. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna go find Dad."
just understood him. Like halfway through, they were like, "Yeah, no, we get it.
We get it. Yeah, no. Cool it.
I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. I
Me?
feel like the bars isn't peaking as much for you.
It's got a color filter.
You
on
gotta
it.
you gotta talk in
it right.
right, yeah, there you go. Give it the old the tonguins.
1, 2. Yeah.
See there it's like peeking more towards like where my mic sits.
Wow.
Yeah. It's hard to balance microphones of unequal quality. But I'm not buying another one of these. Sorry, buddy. That's your own fucking...
It'd be like that when I make it big in the rap game. We got this on lock. Don't worry.
Yeah. What were we talking about before the politics thing? What did you say?
Oof. Sinister Six. No, we weren't
No,
talking
that
about
was
anything. We
after.
started with politics. And then because we were talking about how Facebook's been quiet and it's been nothing but Marvel and
it's been
Star
quiet.
Wars.
Like I'm waiting for the
All the
next-
Star Wars shit. Hayden
Yeah.
Christensen's coming back.
Who?
Hayden Christensen. He played Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2 and 3.
Okay.
So he's
wait, the
playing
little
Darth
one or
Vader.
the older guy?
The older guy.
Okay, yeah, I loved him. So
Yeah.
he's going to play
Darth Vader.
in The Mandalorian?
In the Obi-Wan series that is coming
We're
out
doing an
next year.
Obi-Wan series.
Yes, with Ewan McGregor as Jesus Christ himself.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only. I don't care about the Mandalorian. I know everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Baby
The
Yoda, the
Mandalorian's sick,
Mandalorian."
though.
Like, I care about Obi-Wan. Like, I had no like interest in like the extended part of the Star Wars universe. Like,
I
it's
didn't
cool.
have any interest till I watched it. I didn't really care, and then I watched it, and I was like, okay, this is really good. I don't know shit about the Star Wars universe. Like, I know a little bit,
Right.
But like, people are like Darth Bane. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Was he in the movie? I don't know. If he's not in the movie, I don't fucking know him. I don't care. Like, I have no clue. Like, I'm such a like I'm casual, but like I'm a fanboy in a way, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
like-
Well, like for me, like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, that like they're Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like I grew up during the time of the like prequel trilogy, whereas like, you know, my fucking grandparents' generation grew up with, you know, Star Wars, the original one coming out. So they're like, oh yeah, that's the fucking the shit right there.
There was somebody that told me, I don't know if this is true or not, that the original Star Wars episode, like the first movie that was ever made, was not actually the movie that ever came out. It came out in theaters, and then when it so back in the day, it didn't just come out in theaters and then come out on like VHS. You know, like it took time to do that. It wasn't just an immediate thing. Like it was in theaters for a long time usually.
Right.
So if that's the case, then they told me that the original Star Wars that ever came out was that was never seen before again, and that it changed.
Like they edited.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't like put my finger on it.
I'm gonna bring my phone over here so I can look at chat a little bit too, because
I'm kind of blind. Where's my phone? I guess that might be beneficial if I have it up so I can read.
Yeah, that reading chat I guess would be kind of important.
Or sometimes. I could just, you know,
if we're doing like a live podcast.
Just start, you know, fucking wearing my glasses.
See, now I can hear the audio balance.
Ooh. Yeah,
that sounds perfect. I think.
Do it.
Minus you sounding like a.
Yeah.
No, you got a mocha man voice.
Mm.
My chat's not pulling up though now. What did Josh say? I gotta stick my one thing not a part of the main series I recommend is Clone Wars because it actually fills in some story.
Yeah, I fuck with Clone Wars.
Is that the cartoon?
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I can take it seriously if it's a fucking cartoon. That's my problem. It falls in that anime category.
Yeah, but there's a lot of anime that's, you know, way more serious than a lot of TV shows that are serious. Like I can't get into Grey's Anatomy, but you know if they
that show is not fuck.
if they animated it, then maybe, you know, like if fucking, you know, the head doctor just busted out like a Sharingan or some shit, like
Derek said something on there too, but I can't see it. It's something about otters eating their mates or some shit.
Male otters will unintentionally drown their mate during sex and keep fucking the corpse. Same, Derek. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't take it as seriously if it's animated most of the time.
I mean, that's the negative stigma with Western civilization. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Spewing. Like,
I mean, it's like I just don't have as much of an attachment if I can't to the characters a lot of the time if they're not real.
That's understandable, but if you think about it, no character is real.
Yeah, but they can't be a real fucking person, like the physical appearance of a person.
Okay, so what about like C-3PO, back to the Star Wars thing? Like, he's not technically a real person. He's a humanoid robot.
He's the most annoying part of the series.
Is it because he's not actually human?
I'm anti fucking not human. What's the word for that? What is that?
Hey Siri, what do you call people that hate humans?
No, not hate humans.
Oh.
People that are like team human. Like I'm like anti-robot. What was it? I'm like Will Smith and iRobot.
Black?
No. But yeah, no, I fucking hate. I don't know. I don't hate it. I just have a lot of the time I have a lot of problem with like having attachment to it.
See, the thing, like I'm
on an emotional level. Like, if it's, like, sad or angry or, like, if it's funny, I can deal with it, which is, like, because I expect it to be more funny, I guess.
You have to find, like, a lot of people watch subs, and I don't want any fucking weebs coming up in here telling me that dubs are trash because I won't stand for it. But anyway, a lot of the times when you watch dubs, it's about how the voice actor, it's a next level thing of acting, you know? Like,
I fucking hate 90% of anime for that reason.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because they're like, "Hi!" I'm like, you don't react to anything like that. Like, unless like you better.
But it's got to be
grandiose, your wife
over the
getting
top.
Fucked in the skull right now for you to be like, like the overreaction's so fucking high, bro. I'm just like, geez, or like a girl will walk by and they'll be like, "Hey!" And I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's the most annoying sound to come out of your mouth. And then people start doing it in real life. fucking Hiroshima,
Ooh.
or whatever, Nagasaki, whatever we
Nagasaki.
called her. That's
Both
all the time. She'd be making like dumb weeb sounds and then speaking Japanese like she's fucking.
Just
I'm like, dog, like
the
okay.
3 words that she mastered, she was like, oh, yeah.
She's like, I know full Japanese. I'm like, you know fucking nothing. Stop it. Stop
Cultural
being so
appropriation is
fucking
not cool,
annoying.
children.
Like you are literally eating up their fucking like it literally if someone was like gonna call cultural appropriation on somebody, she would be the one I would fucking call it on.
You know, the Japanese like media moguls over there that produce all this anime and shit love people like her.
Well, yeah, because they're making her the millions of dollars.
Like, oh, you're gonna spend $20 on a body pillow? Fuck yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're just waiting to bomb your fucking country again. Like, no, I'm kidding. That's fucked up. But
For legal reasons.
for legal reasons,
That was a joke.
it's gonna be the name of this episode. For legal reasons. But no, like I dread that like that kind of. I don't like that in anything though. That kind of worship, actually. And I think about it, I hate that in almost everything. Like in music,
Like super fandom?
super
Like
fandom,
the toxic ones? Like
Yeah.
the BTS supporters?
yeah,
The K-pop stans?
yeah. Like that deep of a fandom, like even for like music, like in general. Like I hate people that are over the top with metal.
The elitists.
That's a different kind of. That's a different style of fandom though. Like, I hate elitists for being elitist though. I don't hate them for like the over the topness. The like their over the topness can be. It's not said until everything's brought up. I don't like the ones that are just like, okay, and I like Japanese people. Like I like that's the first thing they say to you. Like it's just like, I like anime, no Japanese, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Nice to meet you. Get out of my face. Like, dude, when they're so over the top or they're like, it's just like, I go back to high school. I'm like, we don't give a fuck about the 90,000 things that you have to say about this one thing. Like, we just want you to chill out and hang. I don't need you to, like, be over the top and speaking in Japanese every 10 seconds and being angry at people for. I'm really coming for this bitch right now. Like, I'm
changing
really,
the song.
oh my god! Or yeah, like the
The owner said I could change the song. I'm like, oh.
fucking when we did D&D with this person.
Oof.
And she was like, well, I want to be Japanese. And we were like, well, the Japanese people didn't really exist in this universe. And she's like, that's racist. I was like, fuck it. I'm done playing D&D.
D&D was deemed racist in 2019. So if you play it after that, guess what? You're racist.
A fucking cuck.
You're
a
racist.
Racist cuck, apparently.
Yep.
That's racist. Japanese people. But, I mean, like, fine, you can adapt it if you want to. But, like, we're in a different.
Nobody's gonna understand you.
Yeah.
If it's not a known language in D&D, people are gonna look at you like,
Yeah, like
I don't know what the fuck to do.
We're not gonna play to your system and like what's the word for it? Metagame it.
Metagame, yeah, it's a role playing game. You gotta play your role. Like if you come in here speaking in tongues that nobody knows, it's gonna be really hard to communicate when there's a fucking dragon eating Storm's ass. Like, you know, like
yeah.
you can try to talk to the Japanese chick that you've never been able to understand, and like, hey, this dragon's fucking licking my asshole. Can you come over here and hit it?
She did was like when we meet our characters, this is what I do, and then I start doing backflips and spinning my hoop around, and I'm like, I shoot you in the face. I pull out my Glock. Like, welcome to my fantasy. Welcome to suburbia, bitch.
She knows Japanese. I somehow managed to get a Glock.
This is my fantasy.
It's just the way that it works.
That was the most dreadful time ever in the history of working at that place. Was that?
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
Like when it came to like that personality, like
that was a steady decline because people refused to come in.
Well, people refused. It's because someone refused to kick people out.
We're not gonna name any names.
Like like it's so easy. Like I'm running a business. You're not buying anything. You're just sitting here sucking off the teat of my.
Oh, is there the prospect of me getting some strange coochie? Maybe. I'll run with it for a little bit.
Like Jesus. Yeah, you know what Josh said. She know Japanese and I know Glockanese.
That's gonna be a fucking song title on my next EP, Glockanese.
Glockanese. PB speaking Glock. I fucking hated that. Yeah, but those kind of people drive me nuts. Those people that are just so drastically over the top. Like, you can be loud and obnoxious. You can be like, and I'd be better with that than like
You're just random loud and obnoxious, not you
dude.
know.
I work with this girl who's really loud, but I adore her. She's awesome. Stupid loud all the time for no fucking reason. But I love working with her. Like, she's not like annoying loud. The only time it's like it worries me is like when people get into fights at the bar and she'll just be like, stop! And I'm like, oh god! Oof. Like, stop, you're gonna get punched in the throat, bro. Like, you don't need to be yelling at these two 400-pound men that are trying to fucking swamp tackle each other in the ass. Like, chill out, it's okay. That was like the first thing that happened in the first week I worked there. Is there was that fucking fight, and I had to push that girl because she like came after Chad and she like tried to like tackle me, and I just literally was just like, yeah. Like, I went and I like kind of like wrapped, I like kind of gave her a hug and was like walking her out, just like kind of like, yo, you gotta go, like deuces, like I'm like trying to get her out, and then she like went to go push me, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna like let my arms go. And when I did it, she pushed off of me. So she goes like this. I stand still because I'm like, I have a center of balance. I'm not intoxicated as fuck. And she goes, whoa, like tumbling. She fucking, like, I was like, bro, what? That's the biggest goddamn fucking tumbleweed I ever seen in my life. This bitch said, I was like, what the fuck did you fall that hard for? And then she got back up even harder, and I was like, oh shit, Chad, help. Like, get this hell off me. She was angry, and dude. But the whole time that was happening, Breeze, stop. And I'm like, oh my god, stop screaming. It's okay. Like, it's all right. I wish people would not scream like that during fights.
It makes it 10 times worse because you hear that blood curdling scream, and you're like, oh, somebody's dying.
Like, your anxiety goes up 10 times higher. So like, even if you're in a fight and you're calm, like you're supposed to be when you get in a fight.
Yeah.
You're no longer calm when you hear that scream.
You hear that? If I hear that scream, I automatically assume somebody's got a Glock in my back or something.
Or someone's dying.
Yeah, like,
exactly. Like,
somebody just got stabbed at the bar.
Like, if that's happening, I'm horrified. So my anxiety goes up tenfold, and I start really like pushing it, you know, and
start throwing bitches.
Then I start fucking up, and I start getting my ass beat, and it's your fault that I'm getting my ass beat now because you had to let out a blood-curdling scream for no fucking reason.
Is that what happened at Thomas's fight? Thomas, I don't know if you're watching, but you were just doing fine, and then somebody screamed, and the man's like, "Oh my, Nani!" Fucking gets you into the rear naked.
I don't even remember how he got him in that. I think he just kind of like, I think it was a wrestler, and he just kind of like, I don't remember how he did it. Thomas's ground game's wasn't up to par. That was the thing. Yeah, and that was my worry when he took the fight, because the standing, like, the standing sucks, and if you get knocked out on your feet, at least you got knocked out on your fucking feet. You went out swinging, but it's different when you get like go to the ground, you get beat down to a point of where you can't move, and then they choke you. It's so much worse. But if you don't have any fucking, like, if you know that the person you're fighting has zero knowledge of ground. What, are you fucking kidding me? And they sparred in the same gym for like 6 months. Like, they were together so this dude watched what was happening and basically was like, I know what to do. This dude had the upper hand from the get-go. Like, the chances of Thomas winning that fight were so low, and it was such bullshit that happened that way. Like, I don't know. He should have done some secret training or some shit. And like worked on some shit that was outside of what he was working on in the gym.
Some Rocky level training.
Something. Some like
run through East Topeka, no Glock. if you make it out, you win everything.
Oh god. But yeah, so I don't know why he. But you know what? Like, I mean, I still give him credit for having no balls to get in there, you know. But it was like one of those things where it's like, I was screaming it the whole time too. I as soon as he told me, I was like, "Don't do it, don't fucking do it. You're gonna lose, and it's gonna suck, and you're not gonna be happy about it." And that's exactly what happened. And he wasn't happy about it. I mean, now he's cool about it because he's not a bitch. But and he was cool about it. Like even the week after that, we were dogging on him. He's not a bitch about it though.
Yeah.
So which is nice.
I mean, he makes jokes about it too.
exactly. So
He's
it's
like, yeah, I know I got my ass choked out.
yeah. So it's a little different. Like, but like in that moment, like I knew that's what. I just, and when he told me he didn't have a lot of jiu-jitsu experience and stuff, and I was like, you should not fight then. You should wait. I would rather, if I chose to fight somebody, if I had to fight somebody, and they told me they could box, I would take them in a second. I would try to fight them. Yeah. In a singular moment, there would be no second questions in my head, because I know the fact that I could probably take them down, and no matter, like, you can't box on your back, bitch. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and even if you can, it's not gonna hurt me near as much as standing. Like, there's no power, there's no hips, there's no rotation, there's nothing that matters. But if you told me that if I'm about to fight somebody and you're like, yo, he does jiu-jitsu, I'd be like, oh fuck, now I gotta think about this.
Okay, so as a fighter, like, have you been choked out before?
Yes, we all got choked out at Scott's for our birthdays every year.
Oh, okay. So
those are a gift from the Heston Academy.
So is there just like pure panic when you're just being put into that hold?
No, because you're supposed to be taught to relax. I mean, you have to, even when you're like going into the hold, you have to relax.
Yeah.
Everything in fighting is about breathing and relaxing and feeling where everything's going to go. Like, my jiu-jitsu guy, when I worked with him, when he would when he would roll with you, he would close his eyes because he could just feel the movements and like the weight and the leverage and etc. Like he wouldn't, like, it was very rare he would open his eyes. Like he would do it against like the guys that were like brown and black belt, the people that were closer to his level. You could tell we would have to kind of like pay more attention because. Right. It basically, if you can trick where at that level you start learning how to like trick that person and like move your weight differently, and like it's hard to explain, but yeah, your body moves differently. But like facing, like if he would like roll with like one of us when we were like white or fucking all the way up to even like brown, he'd just close his eyes and whoop your ass.
He's like, fuck it, I got this.
You just like close, and he'd know where everything was. He'd never like miss a beat. He always just like he was perfect at it. So with that like in mind, yeah, no, I'd never. No. I would be super careful. I'd be so cautious if someone was like he does jiu-jitsu, like he actually trains. If I would be really worried about it, honestly, because you don't know what level. You have no clue.
So would you say you're more scared of like jiu-jitsu than any other fighting style?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I'm more scared because it's the ground game. I mean, wrestling kind of sits in that same category. But if you know jiu-jitsu, a lot of the time with wrestling, you can kind of get out of stuff. It depends on how good the wrestler is. It depends on how big they are. It's a weight thing. Wrestling is weight. You
got to fight Brock Lesnar.
No.
No?
It depends on the money, but no.
A milli spot. If you lose, you get a milli guaranteed.
I'll take it. I'm going like half of. I got health insurance, so I get all the money. I'm not worried about the money going away.
You can't walk for like 3 months after that.
Yeah, someone that big would hurt you severely.
You're probably right around the same weight class.
Us?
Yeah.
Me and Lesnar?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a monster made of muscle.
But he's like 45. You can take him.
No.
No?
No way.
No?
Not someone like that's that mass. Like he's different. He's just different.
Built different.
He is. He's like LeBron James in that way. That they're just different.
I bet I could dunk over LeBron.
I bet LeBron would shit on your head out of like, no, dude. What do you mean?
If somebody was like, yo, I'll give you 10 G's if you can dunk on LeBron, you guarantee I'm going to do everything in my power.
Dunk on LeBron.
To dunk on LeBron. I've got a 45-inch vertical storm.
Maybe with a trampoline, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, I got to get a running start, too.
Running start and some springs in my knees. 10G, you would try what? You're fucking 5 foot nothing. You try dunking on LeBron, Josh?
Josh, I'd give you 10,000 if you could dunk on me. He actually fucking dunks on me. I gotta sign over my car and
Right. Your car's only worth like $100 though.
yeah. Honestly, it's worth less than that probably.
Probably. Oh no, you can scrap
Actually,
any,
no.
you can
That's
scrap any car for $200.
the tires are worth at least $100 by themselves. They've got like 90% tread on them probably.
Oh fuck.
There's a half a tank of gas in there. That's another $10. Look at that. You're already making
Yeah,
money.
I have a chance. You're screwed, bro. So, we're gonna have Andy on next weekend. That'll be fun.
I've got a list of questions.
I can't. Oh no! I'm so worried about it.
List.
Oh.
A list.
Yeah, I know. It's just gonna be like, so how did Storm and the band interact while they were down there?
Did you get any Thief vibes from any of the band members, particularly the vocalist, the larger one? Did your wallet ever go missing for a little bit?
I record with JD this Thursday.
Ooh.
This next Thursday? Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
The 17th.
Are you excited?
I am.
Is it going to sound like dog shit?
Probably.
That's
At
fair.
First. It always does. That's how it starts.
You're out the game. You've been out the game for a little
It's
bit.
not that. I already have the demo.
Oh. And just withholding that from me?
You probably heard it before. You just don't know it. You just don't remember it.
Hello, Thunder. Welcome to the chat.
But yeah, I have the demo. Can we react to a song? It probably not because of the DMCA stuff. I want to. I would love to do song reactions, but I was literally playing music before we started, and it was filtering it out. There's literally a filter now on Twitch where if you play music, I guess it's kind of nice for me though.
It's not a song.
What do you mean it's not a song?
It's more like a cover.
What is it? Send me the link. I'll look at it really quick.
It was real quick, like.
I had to run to the bathroom real quick anyways. So
this is going to be Xavier's hour.
It's your time to shine.
All right, let's see if we can get Storm banned from Twitch in the amount of time he's taken a piss. Oh, never mind. It's a poopy. I've got plenty of time. Center of the futon with the mic. Oh, we got the link there. Storm will probably be looking at that while he is handling some Storm ass problems. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to pull it up too. Let's see what we got going on here. My phone's at 3%, so. Alex Terrible. Oh, see, Storm probably already knows all about Alex Terrible. If I had $1 for every time somebody put Alex Terrible on at the hookah house, whew, guess what? I'd have a lot of dollars. I'm going to put it on real quick. Ooh. The stuff that this man is able to do with his fucking voice just blows my mind every time somebody plays something by him. He's just fucking feeling himself in the video that he's recording, bro. There's so much fucking intensity and oh my god. This man vocalizes like if Conor McGregor had a vocalization style, it'd probably be this guy. I mean, you can't go wrong with Queen in general. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have mixed feelings about Alex Terrible, I suppose. Um, I mean, but everything that I've heard from him has been particularly on the brutal side. Just something about his voice is different than like other shit that I've heard. But I'm very ignorant to the genre and the screaming, I suppose. Storm's back.
How's your solo queue go?
Well, I listened to the thing. Wow. We didn't really talk about a whole lot. I just kind of gave a half-ass review of it because
Alex is terrible.
yeah, that's pretty much what I said. I was like, it's Alex Terrible. Like everything I've heard has been particularly on the brutal side. Hello.
I don't know why I'm being yelled at right
Um, I don't know.
now. I'm pulling the chat back up. Hold on. You close the door.
Yeah.
I know I'm a bum and I forgot to do it, but your wire's longer than mine.
Wow. Bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Good boy.
Okay. So here's the thing. When it comes to covers, let me explain how the DMCA works. Cover or not. So it picks up instrument. It's a filter that goes on every stream. So when you stream, your output goes through this program that the DMCA has created called, I forgot the fucking name of it. It's like, I don't remember. But so it goes through this program, right? And once it hits that program, it detects whether there's music or not in the audio. Right?
Yeah.
Now, from what we just saw earlier, it detects anything that goes through any sort of distribution, because those songs are distributed through, most of them were independent or they were given permissions or whatever. So it detects music and filters it out of your audio. It actually pulls it out somehow.
Wild.
Crazy technology. Really cool, actually, if you think about it. Because, I mean, if you're like, ever want to clip from something and you want the music to be gone, there you go.
Easy money.
Easy money. But because of that, that cover will, if I hit play on that, it'll go through the filter. And it won't play and you won't hear it probably. However, I do know very much of Alex Terrible, the Terrible. I don't know how much of a monster that man is. I respect his talents. I've heard that cover before.
Do you strive to be
Not
on Alex
really.
Terrible level?
He's his own. I strive to have his capacity and his ability, but I probably wouldn't implement it as much because I'm not as heavy in my music. I mean, my music's good, like in that. It's good in
Good.
it's good in a. I didn't even mean to say good. I don't know why I said
Production
good.
quality is okay.
My shit right now, no, it's dog shit. I hate this. But the music that I want to create is not as heavy as what I was trying to say. I don't know why I said my music's good. I just mentally was there, I guess. I'm like, I guess I'm ready to create good music is what I'm saying.
So is everybody. We've been waiting for years now, Storm.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. Has it been 2?
Yeah.
I put out that little fucking song thing that wasn't really, it was just an experiment. Didn't work out that well. It's alright.
It gave me some little Peep vibes.
It was interesting, which is cool. It was nice to play around and do some weird shit here.
I wouldn't do it again. Maybe not.
I am definitely going to the stuff that I'm going to be playing on, the song that I'm working on is fucking gnarly heavy, actually.
Gnarly heavy?
Gnarly heavy.
Ooh.
It's pretty heavy. It's not Alex Terrible heavy.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like...
It's heavier than anything that Stories ever wrote.
Oh.
Easily.
Okay.
It's very orchestral and like big. It's going to be very big sounding. It's going to be cool. I'm very excited for it.
How much screaming are we getting?
Everything outside of chorus.
Everything outside of
yeah,
chorus.
Probably, yeah. I mean, unless there are some part. I mean, we'll see, but it'll be heavy. and the screams for sure. It'll be nasty.
Is it gonna scare my white neighbors?
Nasty. It better.
Ooh.
Unless your white neighbors are me. Which they're not.
They do look alternative though.
Aww.
So they might be like, yeah, turn that shit up, nephew.
Nephew.
I think they're older than me. They've got like 6 kids, so I hope that they're older than me. Yeah.
Fuck. That's a lot of children.
If they're watching this, I'm sorry for exposing your business, but you probably don't even know my name.
Bro, my legs look fucking huge on stream.
Ugh.
You ever looked at your fucking... Hold on, wait. I gotta wait for it to... There it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
The foot fetish crowd shows up now.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Storm's toes.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to do though, because it's all done. It's all gonna be done over. Well, besides when I go and track, fully. Right now we're just writing the instrumental and getting it ready, and then the next step will be. I don't know how I'm gonna do this yet. I don't know if I want to go, do a bunch of instrumentals, and then I think that would be the better thing to do. So that way I have time to really focus on each track with the writing lyrics, and then I come back and do scratch vocals on everything and write the lyrics and write all that shit, and then I'll go up there and record them all. I think that might be the way to do it.
Where's he at?
Fucking upstate New York.
Oof. Talk about a drive.
Yeah, I don't really want to go anytime soon either because of the winter. I'm not driving. Fuck that. You're on crack. I ain't driving nowhere.
Oh, so you just got big boy dollars?
Flying.
Taking a train?
Have you looked at the plane ticket prices right now?
Yeah, they're probably dumb cheap because...
They're stupid cheap. We were going to fly to Orlando randomly just to go to Disney fucking World at one point. We were highly considering it. We had the money. We just didn't end up going, but we could have done it.
I mean, I was supposed to go to Philly this year, but COVID had other plans.
You still could.
I mean, yeah, but they've got so many regulations up there.
Is it bad?
Yeah, Liam tells me all the time. He's like, we're pretty much borderline martial law at this point. They've got curfews and shit.
I mean, we kind of do in a way.
I mean, bars close at 9. Meth never sleeps.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know, man.
I don't think I'd get the full experience if I were to go up there. That's my main thing with
what did you do
traveling.
when you went to Philly last time?
I was able to go into anywhere I wanted and
What did you do when you went to Philly last time though? What did you
I went to a wedding. Last time I went, I was at the wedding.
I mean, but god damn it. Why do I have to ask this question? What did you do? What did you do that you think would be different?
How
about that?
Probably mainly just the restaurant experience, and then a lot of the sightseeing shit is outdoors, I guess. You can see the Ben Franklin Bridge from downtown.
Well, you did all that already.
Yeah, I've done all that. So I have.
So you're just going to Philly to get food and get high with your friend then?
Well, I mean, yes, but in different places, you don't go to Disney World and ride the same fucking rides every time. If they got a new ride, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, let me hop on Space Mountain 2.0.
I just don't think it would be that bad because you'd be spending most of your time with him and hanging out.
Well, it's basically spending X amount of dollars to go and sit at his house and have food delivered. I want to be able to experience it.
Are they not doing any sort of restaurants at all? Nothing's open?
I don't think so. No, he's always it's takeout and delivery only.
That makes sense.
I believe. Fact check me if I'm wrong, Liam, if you're in here.
That one makes sense.
But I want the full experience. I want to be able to go in and do everything on my own accord without any restrictions or regulations.
Yeah, if you're gonna travel, have a vacation, you don't.
I also want to go to a 76ers game while I'm there, because I fuck with the 76ers, fuck their baseball team and fuck the Eagles, but
oof.
I would love to go see the 76ers play the Lakers or some shit and see LeBron James try and dunk over Joel Embiid or something. I feel like that would be a little different with COVID, and I'm sure it will be once they finally get everything.
Once we get vaccines
and regulated and shit, but that's another topic for another.
No, it isn't. I mean, we got plenty to talk about. I ain't having the health director on anytime soon. So I mean. What is the vaccine thing's kind of crazy because of, in my opinion, the crazy shit that people believe about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is with everything. I'm pretty sure, back in the 40s and 50s, people were like, I ain't getting the polio vaccine. That shit ain't killed me. And then they get polio and die. I don't know.
It's like kind of like Gandhi when he was like, I'm not taking medicine. Then his wife died and he got sick. He was like, give me that shit.
He's like, please, come on, a little bit.
Like that's the kind of shit that's like.
Well, you pissed off God, Gandhi. Look what you did.
That's how I feel. People are like. I saw a video of this lady. It was like, it's how you connect to the 5G antennas, and I was like, I'm gonna blow my head off. Like, are you fucking kidding me? She was like, when they give you the vaccine, they put there's a chip or a pill or some shit.
I love the fucking cracked out conspiracy theories. Those are my favorite.
It's like, dude, you realize there's progression before that, right? Like that's not like there's like we're not that it'll never happen. Like I'm not saying it won't ever happen. Because that's a stupid thing to say. The statement "it won't ever happen" is dumb in my opinion. But you would see the incline, and like our technology. I can't watch a movie without a monitor yet. Like I can't just watch it. I can't watch a hologram.
Yeah.
In my house. Why the fuck do I think I'm gonna get chipped? Like if the technology has to match, we have to like it doesn't just jump up out of nowhere.
The aliens are coming back.
Like they're not like that. That's my thing. Is you fail to look at the progression, and you're just like they're gonna vaccinate you, and inject you with a pill that can track you and monitor you and blah blah.
Leave your phone in some random ditch, and you won't get tracked.
It's crazy. They're still trying. They're still tracking. Like they're still like okay. So if that was the case, right? If they were gonna do it that way, the closest we're gonna see is China probably because they're the most controlling over their civilization or their population.
Yeah.
Right. Like so the thing that I've seen about China that I would believe is the concept of tracking people through like CCTV cameras and having face recognition, and that face recognition being able to tell you everything about that person and like their credit, and their credit, like their. This is where it starts to get to a point of where it's like the credit they have as a person decides where they can and cannot go.
Mm.
That's where I'm like, that's a little far. Because they've always, like, no matter how controlling they've been, they've always, like, there's always, like, a certain level of freedom where they're like, we can't take this away or else the facade will go away, right?
Hell yeah.
That's what I think. So, if China's not doing it, I ain't worried about us doing it. That's me, though.
You should be more concerned about foreign entities tracking you than you should your own government. I mean, I'm sure your government is also tracking you.
I mean, I'm opposite.
Don't do shit that gets you fucking tracked.
I'm opposite with that.
Yeah?
I'm way less scared of a foreign entity coming into my country to hurt me than I am.
It's not about physical harm.
What's it about? What are they going to do?
It's more so about like.
What, are they going to fucking drone me? Like,
no, they'll fucking, I don't know, wreck your credit more than it already is. Like that's
do it. It's gone.
Like I'm okay with getting my shit rocked by, some sort of government official as opposed to like them destroying what little credit I have or, making me homeless or some shit like that. I don't know.
The likeliness of that is so low, though.
Yeah, so is being chipped by a fucking COVID vaccine, but that's the topic that we're on.
I guess in my mind, I'm more worried about our government having like, like the facade. I guess I'm worried about becoming more like that.
Yeah, small government. Vote Republican.
Don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
Gets banned from Twitch.
Don't do that.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Don't vote at all. Take the system down.
We don't need a government.
It's broken.
This all goes back to basic philosophy. Do we really need a government? Ask yourself that. We don't.
See, that's where you and I disagree. We do.
We need a government?
You need some sort of structure. You have to have structure.
Oof.
If you don't have structure, you're an anarchist, essentially, aren't you?
Exactly.
Okay, well, if that's what you believe, but you can't label yourself as a fucking Republican if you're an anarchist. Because it's a fucking lie, because they definitely want control.
Republican. Look at my voter registration. It says unaffiliated. I need the smallest form of government.
Did you vote this year?
Nope.
Neither did I.
Didn't register in time. And if I did, I probably would have just wasted it on a third party. Waste.
I wasn't gonna vote no matter what.
That's fair.
I couldn't bring myself to
That's
like
your right.
mentally like do that. That's something that I hate. Is when people are like, people get mad at you for not voting. Like, fuck you, bitch.
You have every right to not vote just as much as you do to vote.
Yep. Pretty sure I said that to you.
I'm pretty sure you've said that in general, yeah,
that's,
but
like, that's my saying. I hate it every time. Like, and then people feel guilty about it. I've had people that come up to me, they're like, I feel bad. I'm like, don't. It's like that's your fucking.
You don't have a right to bitch if you didn't vote. Yes, the fuck I do. I live here. Fuck you mean? I pay taxes. I pay their salary. They better be doing something right.
I have the right to vote because I pay the motherfuckers. Or not the right vote, the right not to vote.
Indirectly, my tax dollars are being funneled into their retirement plans.
You know?
One way or another, no matter how you look at it. I would like to believe that my state taxes are going to fund some shit that's actually going to benefit me, but
they're not.
They're not. If somebody can tell me otherwise and show me evidence that my tax dollars directly are at work, then maybe I'll start, giving a shit.
You don't think that your tax dollars go towards roads and stuff, though? No, seriously.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Especially here where we
then
live.
What does? Where's the... Well, I mean, that's a different...
K-Tag, also a crock of shit.
What do you mean?
The Turnpike Association, a crock of shit. The fucking roads on I-70, horrendous. Everywhere you drive in Kansas...
You're saying that the K-Tag, the money you put towards toll is supposed to fix the highways.
No, that's shit. And then the money that, you pay in state taxes is supposed to help, like, anything that you could think of on a state level, like fucking housing or roads or education. Yeah. We got some dumbass homeless motherfuckers on some broken roads because...
Yeah, our education system's especially dog shit here, in my opinion. It's really bad. I mean, it's not as horrible as a lot of other places, but it's...
I had private education. Honestly, I think that education should be completely privatized. I don't think the government should have a hand in that. If you want your kids to be smart, pay for it. Don't rely on the government to teach your children, because then you're just going to get brainwashed children. But then you also run into the unregulated... curriculum that they could push.
Then it becomes
because when
I
went
have fucking Nazi schools suddenly.
When I went to what's it called, Hayden, theology was required. You had to take it.
I don't agree with that statement simply for the fact of there has to be a standard of education no matter what.
You get the base package just like you get the base package.
Well, that's how it is already. Then. That's how it already is.
That's almost completely free. You have to pay for a couple book costs and then a fucking...
Yeah, well, I'm saying that that's already how it, if you want if you want education to be privatized, and you have to have a standard at some point, because then we're just...
The standard is homeschooling. Yeah. But because people use school as a daycare.
At some point, money's going to come into play here where they have to help.
Money comes into play everywhere.
Or else then you start to, no, hold on. At some point, money walks in on this. Because think about it. If the kids are at homeschool, you have to pay the parent to homeschool. You have to help them to fund them. If you don't fund them, the kid's coming out stupid. At what point is that considered inhumane?
It's not. Because humans will learn the basic needs of survival regardless.
I can agree with that. I can agree with the basic needs of survival. However, the whole concept of this country is being able to have the ability to survive and the access to knowledge, or not survive, the ability to succeed and the access to knowledge to succeed.
That is the American dream from 70 years ago, yeah?
I still think
it's outdated.
I think it shouldn't be outdated, though. I think it should go back to that.
I mean, theoretically speaking, it could work. However, everything...
The American dream went from give everybody access to everything, and we'll pay for it. The government pays for access to everything, right? You give them access to knowledge. You give them access to libraries. You give them access to invent things. You give all this access, essentially, right? And you give them information. Information powers them to become successful. They invent and revolutionize and create an abundance of a country that's... that was the boom. That was the industrial boom.
Yes.
Okay. But what it went from there is it went to give them money instead so they can continue to do this instead of them continuing to revolutionize. And they stopped giving access to information, started hiding information,
True.
started taking away the things that mattered, like the education, started funneling into their own fucking pockets. So you take out that little inch of it, and we'd still be revolutionized. We'd probably already be on fucking Mars. We'd probably already be on other planets if we stuck with that first concept.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that one.
Why?
I don't think that government programs really benefit anybody. Like anything that's funded by the government really like benefits anybody like on a grand level, like libraries and shit like that don't really benefit anyone. You don't need, because
Ancient cultures were that were deprived of libraries and knowledge didn't grow. They didn't build. They didn't create great monuments and build amazing things, and like they were nothing. They were dust before anything was anything. I mean, ultimately, no matter what, everything turns to dust at the end of the day. But what you create during that time is your legacy. So you look at like Greece, Rome, like these amazing places that had access to information, to libraries. Libraries are one of the most vital parts of history ever. That's why people burning books and burning information was always such a very scary thing.
Yeah, but you got to look at how the world's climate is now. I don't think that libraries necessarily need to be like the answer, because those are only like you have a open 9 to 5. You have a computer. Like, so if anything should be like regulated by the government, it should be like we should have satellite Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
for everyone to access the internet.
And that's something that like you have like Elon Musk working on is free Wi-Fi, free internet for everybody.
True,
but it's something that no matter what will be government funded. Elon Musk is not going to fund that himself. There's no way he could do it for the next 1,000 years or however long we're supposed to fucking stay around.
I don't think the government can either. What government decides that if it's supposed to be like a
I think we've
global
gone past
thing?
the point of like, I think you have to like have an analogy. So, like you look at the buildings and the things that Greece created, right? And like, we'll say architecture. We'll start there because that was a huge, very pivotal point that people, and during that time they didn't fucking understand. They were blown away. It was a huge, massive concept. Space was just stars and shit. They weren't really. They were like, yeah, we're in the middle of it. They didn't understand it yet.
True.
So you put the analogy: Greece is to buildings, as like Greece is to architecture, as we are as a civilization right now to technology. Does that make sense? It's like we're on a different scale, but it's still the same like concept of like we have to like fund it together and do it together. We can't just like not. Someone has to take lead on it. Now, the government we have now, I don't want them taking lead on it. I want Elon Musk to do all of it. But the point is that like with like if it was to go back to where it was, to where like the American dream and the concept was like true in its nature, I think we would be way ahead of what we are now, because we would have never. Basically, the greed, is ultimately what holds on.
Well, yeah.
We became
1% controlling,
and we became everything that we didn't want to be as a country too. That was the one thing, is that like it seems that way at least. The power hungry, greedy like corporations and the inability to succeed for people that are our age, like the fact that you have to work at Target, 40 plus hours a week and fucking maybe find a way to survive still.
What a time to be alive.
Like, that concept is bullshit.
Yeah, quit taxing me. Taxation is theft.
High taxation, how it is right now, is theft. Yes, I agree.
Taxation in general.
I don't agree with that.
Why do I have to pay for everyone else?
I think it's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
as the education and the access to knowledge.
Exactly.
That's all you're due for fucking being born here. That's it. Instead, so let's say they took $20 out instead of taking 200 or whatever fucking crazy number it is.
I'm sure they could fund a lot with
They could.
$20.
That's my point, though.
Yeah.
Is that like if it was $20, you wouldn't mind it. You wouldn't care as
Imagine if they
much.
took 0 though, and I didn't have to pay.
You would have to pay for something ultimately.
Ultimately, but I should be able to decide what I want to pay
I agree
for.
with that. I think you could, but
I feel like
no matter what, it's going to be government regulated to decide what you want to pay for. Because
Okay,
they're going to be like, okay, well, what do you want to pay for? And you're going to walk up and be like, well, you know what? This week I want to help with the road situation. And throw $20 on the fucking roads. You're like, here you go, right? Hopefully, and I'm not saying that your money goes there now.
No.
Like, I agree with you and disagree with you because I think that the whole concept of taxation being theft is like an anti-community, like people thing. Like,
Yeah, fuck the community.
You just want to, if you want to not pay taxes, here's this little piece of land, go live on it, fuck off.
It's
like,
still taxed. Now,
Native Americans don't get taxed.
that's different. We stole their country.
We did, but that's what you're asking for. It's either one or...
I'm asking to be left the fuck alone, and my money is my money.
But if you live in a community of people, you should be expected to put in. And
Yeah,
to help.
that's why homeowners associations exist, and that's
No,
why you hear
homeowners associations are more of a problem. Fucking no.
your
No.
grass can't be more than 1.5 inch. And you have to pay us $400 to upkeep your hedges, even if you don't have hedges.
That is the cuntiest of the cuntiest.
My fucking aunt lives in one, and she's like, yeah, we pay $50 a month for them to keep the pool running. I'm like, the pool wasn't even open this year, and you still paid $50 a month? She's like, it's just the principle. I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. If I'm not using it, why am I paying for it?
Yeah, if I don't want it, then no, yeah. I didn't buy a house for you to fucking...
Like, I think that should be a thing. Like, if you want to use the pool, you can opt in to pay for it. It shouldn't be mandated. That's the thing. Like, nothing should be mandated. Like, there should be no mandations whatsoever. Like, if you want, it should all be optional. Like, I should be able to opt in.
Opt in for taxes?
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I mean, you can, and then you ultimately still have to fucking pay them back because they're like, oh, you didn't give your fair share to the country. Like,
so,
why do I have to fund the country?
How would it work in your mind with the opting in concept?
Exactly how you said. Like, you know, like if you want to fucking throw into the roads because you're tired of your fucking tire going flat every other day because you hit, you know,
what if nobody else opts in with you? You just have to deal with that?
Somebody somewhere with a lot more money than me will somehow find a fucking
You're
issue with
still
that.
relying on somebody with more money than you.
Yeah, we're
That's
talking
the government.
We're talking that's a conglomeration of everybody's money though. Like, if me, like, say it took $1,000 to fix a pothole.
Yeah.
And there are however many houses on your road, the big pothole's right here to turn onto your main intersection. Everybody on that road could be like, "Hey, bro, let's just all throw $20."
So,
and that's up for you to decide.
Are you okay? So hear this concept out.
Go ahead.
Little Timmy, who lives next door,
Yeah.
rides his bike. He's on the sidewalk. He
Correct.
don't give a fuck about your
Exactly.
roads.
So
Bobby over here, he walk. He's strong. He don't need a fucking car.
exactly.
Neighbors down the road's been methed out for the past fucking 3 months. He ain't paying no money.
Be like
So now you got a gap of $150, $200 out of that grand that you need to get that work done.
why should it be mandated if they're not using it?
How are you going to do it? You have to throw in more now? The percentage becomes higher?
If you choose not to pay it, that's on you. You're gonna have a pothole there. You can find another way to work. You can ultimately, or you can fix it yourself. A fucking patch kit for a pothole, probably not that expensive.
I mean, cement. You're gonna pay for it. The only thing you're not paying for is the labor.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
labor's
then you're
90%
still
of the
still
cost.
going like, okay. So what you're saying is that you're relying on people to,
Or fund it yourself. That's also an option. If I wasn't taxed, I'd probably have $600 every month to
I mean, you're
pay
not
for
wrong. But I'm not. I think it should be way less. I don't think it should be near what it is because half of those don't, as you said, more than half don't go to you anyways. They don't go to anything.
Fuck am I paying
doing.
Social Security for? I'm not gonna be able to retire.
Yeah, that's a big one right now.
They should have been paying into that. That's how it was designed to work. Social Security was you pay for it while you're working so you can retire comfortably.
And we'll never be able to retire.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be able to retire.
We'll be
50 years
trying
from
to
now,
stream for the next 60 years.
50 years from now, when I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm so glad that Social Security took care of me in my last 5 years of life. That's
Yeah.
a problem. We should address that, but we have to wait for this current generation that's benefiting from the hard work of the last generation and Social Security to die off.
Yeah, I still don't have a mindset to where it would work, because no matter what, ultimately either you're footing the bill or it's just not getting fixed.
That is, I don't think that Social Security needs to be a thing.
No, not Social Security. I'm talking about
Oh yeah, no.
the pothole. I'm still on the pothole.
Oh yeah,
Because it doesn't get done ultimately. Is what I think of.
like if I have a problem in my house, I'm not gonna go and ask somebody else to fix it unless it's something obviously that I can't do. But then I'm still paying somebody to come and fix that problem.
No, but what I'm saying is that if you're going to foot the bill right yourself, you're paying 100% taxes at that point. Then essentially, so we're just gonna call the pothole taxes because that's what it is. That's what we're comparing it to.
Yeah,
you're paying 100% for it, right?
Yeah,
nobody's paying you for it.
Correct.
But everybody around you benefits from it. What do you get in return? You just spent $600.
That's up for you to decide.
Huh?
That's for you to decide. What do you get from that? Or you don't benefit from it whatsoever. And you just don't pay for it.
So nothing is done.
Or you are now in control. Yeah, nothing gets done. That's pretty much where it is, I guess.
That's the problem, though. Something has to get done, right?
Not necessarily.
Because all these people are going to come down this road and start hitting the pothole. And then those people are going to be like, yo, why the fuck is your road like this? Why haven't you guys gotten together and fixed it? And now it becomes hostile. Now you have those cars you have to pay for because they're fucked up on your road because you guys are the community that did not handle that shit. Which the government should be paying people for shit like that. But
I mean, yeah.
So ultimately,
probably.
what you're doing is creating a mini government within your community with no taxes.
Yeah, small government is what works.
You guys have to answer for it. But
With
nobody
force.
wants to do anything because nobody paid for it in the first place, and that's why you got there. So you're going to have subdivisions of morons and people that don't take care of anything.
Survival of the fittest. Conquer. Take their land.
Let's get back
to the...
So then you take their land and they have to pay to fix it.
No, you just get their money as well. Like, I don't know what's so hard to...
They have no money because obviously they're not fixing this pothole.
Hey.
There's a rigmarole of shit here that I can't follow. That's why I've never been able to get my head around the no taxes thing. It's a whole mess of a situation. Also, if you fix your roads and people are driving down them, why do they have the right to drive down your roads?
Because they don't. If you own that road, you can decide, hey, get the fuck off my road.
Okay. So, do they have to pay a toll to go down your road?
Yeah. But
that's taxes. The only problem is that taxes aren't going towards what they're supposed to. You're taxing people at that point. That's fucking taxes. Like that's what Turnpike is. Even though they're not fixing anything.
Correct. Okay, so my problem is, I guess, is ineffective taxation. I suppose I still don't want to be taxed regardless because, guess what? If I have a problem on the road, I'm just not going to drive down that road. But
okay. That's fine as long as I'll accept that because
ineffective taxation.
Then you're going. You know, like I don't want to fucking pay for it. Like too bad. Like at least you're owning it at that point.
Yeah. Like exactly. Like if I don't drive on the fucking turnpike, but one time that I'm going to Kansas City, like in 1 year, why the fuck? Like, am I being taxed? Why is my $2 necessary at that point?
If it was used effectively, you might actually get money back from it at the end of the year, because if you traveled more, that would be the thing. Is if it was effectively used and used to upkeep the road, they would probably have money left over from it. Instead, the account's just stacking and stacking. I'm sure, and half the work that's done isn't actually done properly, or it's shitly done, and the contracts are probably inflated out the ass for the city to buy from the people that know how to do it, right? So, if it was done effectively, there would probably be a drop back to where you would get money back at the end of the year, right? Be like, yo, we didn't use all the fund this year. We're going to keep X amount for ourselves just in case like something happens during like this down period. And here's You know, you traveled 100 times, you paid $200. Here's $50 back because we only used this much money of the money that you've given.
Right. That's usually how taxes work.
That's how it's supposed to work. All of it. That is how everything is supposed to work, and that is the problem. Is that
There's
it is
nobody
entirely ineffective.
There's no regulation whatsoever.
It's not. It's loopholes. The only people that it works for like that are the millionaires, the people that already own businesses, the people that 20 years ago created a business, created an empire, or well, now it's probably an empire, and pushed it and took, and then they started, because they were succeeding, they started seeing tax breaks after tax breaks, and they realized how to play the system. They realized, okay, well, everything I personally do, right? Every time I travel to a business meeting, or I go to meet a client for lunch, or I do this, right? I just write that down. My gas, my lunch, all this stuff. I get paid for that. Why do you get paid for that? Why are you getting paid for those things when you're actually not helping at all? Technically, you're not paying. When you get the money from, like, you pay your distributors. So let's just say you run a restaurant. Let's give an example. I run a restaurant. I have to order meat. I have to order bread. I have to order. Let's say we're a sandwich restaurant. Meat, bread, veggies, etc. Okay, outsource. Go to these other places. Get the big ones, right? That's going to outsource. That money is going to go out to China. The only money the U.S. is going to make on it is what's taxed and tariffed, basically. Bottom line. And go locally and pay them, which is what's going to benefit most, right?
Right.
Or you go through, like companies where you get taxed, they get taxed, then the people who are bringing it in from China get taxed still, because you're still going through a fucking company ultimately. So with all that in mind, the money you're making when you're selling that sandwich should be, like, it shouldn't be taxed, because you're already paying your taxes on all those products.
Sales tax on food is bullshit as well, but
yeah, that's one of the things I'm kind of getting at here.
Yeah.
But so you get all that back, and then you have to drive to go meet a client, and somehow you get a tax break for that. You get a tax break for the gas, for doing whatever. Even, like, why do you get that break?
You know, I don't know. My grandpa is in that he's not obviously in the millionaire tax bracket, but he's in comfortably middle class, and he does a lot of traveling for his job. So a lot of his travel expenses are either paid for by the company, or he can write it off.
The company gets tax breaks on that.
Yeah, or like he can write it off himself if he foots the bill. He's like, it was for work. And I'm like, fuck you, grandpa.
You're not benefiting, like, you're helping to a point. But you're not, like, the amount of taxes, the amount of money you get back for those kinds of things is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Someone we know, I especially knew, who was in a lot of trouble with the IRS.
Oof.
And was about $5,000 in debt to them.
Oof.
We went and recorded a certain place. And because at the time, this is something I found out later, by the way.
Oof.
Yeah, because at the time, he was in that debt, and at the time he LLC'd, he wrote that, he put that in as a tax, as us being taxed, because it wasn't our product we were selling, we were creating the product. Gone. All his IRS shit, all his debt gone. Probably got money back for it.
Oof.
Insane. Half of that. So $10,000 we paid to record. $5,000 he was in debt for the IRS. And because he reported that, he got $5,000 back. I mean, he probably reported a bunch of other shit too. I'm sure tours, gas, etc. All you needed is receipts. That's bullshit in my mind. That's crazy. If you want to survive as a band, I don't know why bands aren't doing that. It makes so much sense. You LLC everything. Oh, I bought guitar strings. I bought a new guitar. I bought this. I bought that. Bring it back. Rewind.
It's not too late to get an LLC in your name.
Oh, I'm going to for this shit. Don't worry. Like,
everything you can do, just bam.
Yeah, everything
business.
That I can write down on there is a business.
Anything
expense.
with your name, business.
Business expense. Had to build it.
Storm
Needed
chats.
it for production.
For streaming.
I need it for streaming. I'm making money off streaming.
Boom. Tax break.
That's fucked up, though. Like, I'm not okay with it being that way. I don't think that's fair. I get the like you're trying to reward people for creating businesses, but once they've already generated a business and once they're making a certain amount of money, the percentage that is on those tax breaks should go so much lower. I'm not saying don't give it to them. I'm just saying pull it back a little bit. There's no point. There's a reason Bezos is almost a billionaire.
He is up there.
So, I don't know. Another thing they fail, and one of the other things I wish I understood more of is the stock market. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. It never has. Like it's like imaginary fucking numbers in my mind.
It's a rough business. I dabbled in it previously this year with some of the COVID money. I made $100. That's about it.
How? What is it? What do you look for when you go to buy? You look for a business that might explode, right? Is that the concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so you're becoming.
You want to buy low,
investor?
sell high. Obviously, that's.
You want to what?
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So you're becoming an investor.
Yeah. So the stocks that I had purchased back at the very beginning of COVID, you can buy like with actual cash and you can buy options. I bought with actual cash. It's a lot less.
You can buy. What was the second one? You can
options.
Options.
And you can sell those options.
What does that mean? What are options?
Whew. Now that is a completely
what?
separate thing. Like
okay.
you kind of own it, but you don't really own it. Like you can sell it for more options.
The fuck is this, slavery? What do you mean?
Kind of, yeah.
Like what? What do you mean you kind of own it?
Like,
is that what Jack Harlow meant?
Maybe.
Bitch, I got options. That would be some fucking clever shit. Anyway,
was he dropping some stock market?
Anyway,
like if you
buy.
Hold
on, what's the line before that? Is that what he means? It might be. Brand new. Who just hopped in.
I got options.
I can pass that bitch like Stockton.
Maybe he's just talking about bitches. But
maybe. What's Stockton?
Stockton is a basketball player.
Oh. A player? I thought it was a town or some shit.
No, John Stockton, basketball player.
I can pass that.
The assist
like
leader
Stockton.
in the NBA.
Oh.
Yeah. Passer, you know.
I
John
get it. All right, not as impressive.
No, but either way. Anyway, Jack Harlow.
Options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Okay. Okay, so you don't know what options are, but you can buy options, or you can pay, or you can buy.
You can like use. Like either way, you have to use cash to purchase them.
So you buy options, and then with the options, you can buy stock.
Like you can sell those options for more options, or you can buy more options with those options.
Too many options.
The options are messy. That's why that one dude killed himself over the insurmountable debt that he acquired on Robinhood, apparently, because he traded in options instead of cash. And he looked and he had a negative like $600,000 balance. But it wasn't like legitimate money. It was just options. So that was a whole mess. Fuck Robinhood and fuck all of those places.
So they don't explain like why. Okay.
Like their wording is so fucky. Like on a lot of
it's
those
not
things.
Clear.
Yeah, you have to really like know what it's about.
But
and
none
like,
of it's ever been clear. That's the problem. Like unless you get into the business and have it explained to you. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to like do your research on it with anything. Like,
yeah,
you don't just start a band because like, I think I can sing. You know? Like,
yeah, you do actually.
Oh.
That's the whole fucking thing, man.
I kind of thought it was like a business venture in itself.
It turns into it.
Yeah.
But you don't start it for that, usually. I mean, some people
Okay,
do.
maybe that was a bad example.
It'd be a fucking dumb idea. The problem is it's a dumb idea if you start a band for a business adventure because you're not going to make any fucking money. Unless you LLC. Anyways.
No, like, I bought a couple stocks in, like, airlines or whatever, right? When they were super low and everybody was like, yo, we can't fly, COVID. And then, people started flying again. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to sell these hoes. So, like, they went from, like, $12 a share to like, 15 or back. Like,
you should have kept them until the end of COVID.
Honestly, should have.
Because you probably would have made triple, quadruple that probably.
Because, like, yeah, like, I looked at the previous years, like, reporting like the highs and the lows.
You should have looked at that because it didn't make any sense compared to this year.
No, yeah, it didn't make any sense. But last year, like, well, it gives you like a good basis as to what the high is on a normal time. Mm-hmm. So like the high for Like American Airlines is what I bought. Like, it was like 36 during prime travel season, as opposed to when I bought it at like $9 a share.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you wait for the fucking boom, if it ever happens.
You have to watch.
You have to
there are
watch.
people that can predict the boom, though. Right?
Yes, in a sense. Like, obviously, like
You can watch it go up, go down,
if
and then watch the mark. You watch the mark, see what they're going to put on market, right? That's
if
the
Elon
concept.
Musk is about to purchase a small ass tiny company and merge it with Tesla,
buy
you buy the small ass company because those stocks are now going to turn into Tesla shares that are like $2,000 a fucking share. Like, even if they're not like a full like Tesla thing, it's still like an Elon Musk brand type bullshit that's going to sell because Elon Musk.
Okay.
But like, yeah,
But that doesn't make okay. So then, if you bought options and you were positive,
options I think expire at the end of the day. Is what.
But you're paying cash for them. What do you mean they expire at the end of the day?
Like, you have to like move them to like build into your portfolio or type shit. It's almost like Pokemon trading cards.
It is.
Like, yo, that's why I didn't fuck with options.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, you can get stock options for like working for a company for so long. Like, Target could offer me stock options
that's
for
what
being
Home
there for
Depot
like
does and stuff.
20 years. Like, it's not worth anything until you decide to get rid of it.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It's very hard to understand, and it's harder to understand how our whole economy runs on that. For me, like I don't know, I guess I just don't comprehend it fully.
Just a bunch of people saying, "Hey, yo, this is worth some money."
Yeah, but I mean that's the stock markets are reason for it. Severe inflation and shit too, aren't they?
Yeah. Like,
So-
that's why plane tickets are so cheap right now, is because people aren't purchasing like all of these options and nobody's flying, so like shit's way down. Actually,
What did Josh just say? Can't see. I don't even know if that's Josh anymore.
No, I don't think it is. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? Everything.
Oh God.
I don't know how long you've been gone,
A
but
whirlwind of shit.
we pretty much talked about meth and
Taxation.
taxation and how they correlate.
Yeah, we kind of did.
Go back and watch the replay. You'll
It was a lot.
um,
So
basically is you just buy high, sell low. There's way more to it beyond that.
Well, I want to know the depth. I guess that's what I look towards in it is because like it seems very like there's a lot more to it.
I
and
can
there's,
go
like,
bust out my economics books from college if you want.
I don't want college books to tell me how to trade on the market.
No,
I'm
you
sure that
need
anybody that went to college did not make near as much money as the people who learned to do it themselves.
Probably not, because they didn't, start with nothing. They
there's
started with daddy's
There's
spoon
a
in their
reason
ass.
they went to college for it, for a reason, and there's a cap on knowledge in college.
Yeah, it's all about independent research, which takes me back to the government education.
Yes,
What am I paying for if it's not benefiting anybody?
You have to learn how to read.
My children are
If
going
you didn't know how to
private
read or
school.
do math, how the fuck are you going to buy stocks?
Fuck it.
Basic abilities to survive. These are the
You
basic...
can learn that at home. You don't need to go to school. School shouldn't be mandated, because guess what? How many times did you cut class?
Never.
Don't lie to me.
I cut once, and it's because one of my friends was going to do a bad thing to themselves.
Oh.
I wasn't shit. I cared about my education a lot, because I knew that a lot of it was bullshit, and that's fine. But I knew that my ability to learn came from going to school. The ability to absorb knowledge and the ability to like understand things. If I didn't pay attention there, I wouldn't be able to grow that in itself. I wouldn't be able to sit down and do all the things that I've done, and like have strenuous hours of putting my mind to work. Like, your brain's a fucking muscle. You have to work it out. It's just like anything else. You have to like think intensively and a lot in order for your capacity to grow.
True.
So, if you don't do that, if you don't go to school, your capacity for learning is lower, naturally, no matter what. I mean, it's scientific. Now, whether the shit you're being taught is nonsense or not, etc., like, you still have, like, you can go out of school and then learn how to do the things you want to do. So, like,
Yeah, but there are other ways to exercise your brain.
Do you trust your mama to push the capacity of your brain to be smarter?
Maybe not my mom, but I wasn't raised by my mom.
Your dad?
No, I wasn't raised by my dad either. I was raised by my grandma. So.
Do you trust her to do that?
Yeah.
Realistically, you think she could have taught you? School?
Yeah, she could have taught me how to read and write, and probably could have taught me how to cook. I didn't learn how to like cook until like high school, which was like home ec class.
That's crazy to me.
Where they taught you how to cook.
I was cooking when I was like 4. I was cooking eggs. I'm shit at cooking, but I learned. I don't like it. That's why I'm shit at it. Is because I don't have the capacity for it. I don't think about it. I don't care.
Well, like obviously, like you can make like basic shit to like not
I make,
die.
Like eggs and sandwiches. I know how to fucking
do
standard shit. I can make burgers and shit and tacos and etc.
And
but
I guess like somebody like that, like a 60-year-old woman, like she's been around and she's lived through some shit. Like even your parents, they've been around and they lived through some shit. I don't think she
can create things to stress your brain out enough to make it like stretch past what it's supposed to. I think there's a difference.
Anything school is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe.
I think that if you paid attention to school and if you tried, if like the reason I did it, the reason my mind was, no matter how immature I was always in that place where I was like I wanted to learn simply for the concept of knowledge, because I always feel like knowledge is power.
I know a bunch of random bullshit from school and that's it. Everything else is self-taught. I know a bunch of random bullshit
too, but the capacity I have to learn more random bullshit that I want to learn about is here. Like, okay, so for example, and this is I'm gonna sound fucking cocky here, and I don't give a shit. How many people do you know that suddenly just picked up building computers in a month and within 3 months built their own fucking PC and knows the amount of shit that I know and the amount of studying that I've done in this time? Like,
probably more than you want to accept. Like no offense, not personally, but like
I'm not saying people don't do it in general.
Oh.
I'm saying that there are certain people that have the ability to learn quicker and they have the ability to learn in a larger capacity. And like there are people that have way larger capacities than I do, and they're way smarter than I. I'm not saying I'm the smartest. I'm saying that the ability that I have is because I feel comfortable with my level of where I'm at, and because I can learn things rather quickly. I can't learn it in a fucking day.
No.
But I have a good ability. I have a great learning ability. Even as a child being fucking diagnosed, being told that I have a learning disability. I don't at all anymore.
But I think part of it comes into play, like, it's not so much, like...
stressing it? Or?
I don't know. Like, to a certain point, like... everybody's competent enough to like read instructions and put shit together.
But that's because of school.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Like, I don't think that school definitely reinforced that, but like if I didn't have to go to school, I feel like I'd be much better off.
But then how do your parents make money to feed you and take care of you?
They went to work.
They don't go to work because they have to teach you. Now they have to teach you. You have to learn. They're your teachers. One of them is sacrificing their income.
Yeah, my parents growing up were a one-income household.
Saying, like, you're okay. Imagine you have 2 parents.
Yeah.
And you're not living with your grandma.
No, like when I lived with my parents, it was a one-parent income type thing.
Like one didn't work.
Correct. Like my mom did hair on the side. That's about it.
Okay, so your mom did hair because she could have taught you.
She could have if she really wanted to.
Most families aren't like that.
That sounds like a most family problem.
Especially in 2020.
That sounds like a most family problem.
If you think like
it wasn't a 2-parent household by any means, but
yeah.
Like,
well, then it's not really like.
Like my dad was independent and like he handled his shit and worked, and then my mom remarried, and I mean she works now, but she has like 7 other kids now.
Yeah. Well, that is not if you were applying the standard, so everything has to go right in order for that situation to work in my mind.
Not necessarily. Like, it goes back to the whole, like, you pay for your children's education. Like, you pay for daycare. Like, if you and Harley both work, do you
We
not
don't
pay
pay
for...
for daycare though, because we don't want her to go to. We don't need her to go to daycare.
Well, if the
We have
need
people
was there
to watch. We did it for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It's not
It's
worth
way
it.
too much
No.
money.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, so if more people, were...
But if she was learning, if she was learning, then I would try to make it work. But I don't have to pay for her to learn.
Correct.
Which is the freedom to access information, which is a huge part of our country, as I was saying earlier.
So you agree with my point that school shouldn't be mandated and that there's a way to
I think
garner that in
okay.
education.
If it wasn't mandated, the amount of fucking morons we would have on the streets would be
We
so
already
high.
have morons because people just cut regardless.
I know that, but that's their own fucking problem.
This all goes back to the war on drugs as well.
It's a part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's entirely true. I mean, I don't think kids should be smoking before they're fucking 18, just like they shouldn't be drinking before they're 18.
I don't think it should be regulated.
Under parent supervision, I agree with that.
Yeah, parent supervision. I mean,
But
ultimately, you should decide what's best for your kin.
but it should be regulated if they go out on their own and they decide they're gonna go out and all get drunk. Yeah, it should be regulated.
Yeah, and there are things in place
But in
to
Kansas,
do that.
isn't it that way?
No.
Yeah, it is. If you can drink with your parents,
You can have 3% beer with your parents. 3% beer doesn't exist anymore.
change the law then.
Change the law, yeah.
Uh,
Or abolish the law.
And well, Josh, that's what I'm saying though. Is like I'm not saying that my ability is any higher. I'm saying that the reason that it is what it is, and like the reason that I'm comfortable with like feeling that way is because I worked at school like to create that capacity. So if I didn't go to school, if my mom taught me, I'd be screwed. I'd be fucked. Look at like this is horrible to say, but like my little sister right now, she's being taught by my mom, and it's not working at all. She's dumb. Like it sucks because like I have a stupid little sister who's like, who doesn't have any social skills, who doesn't have any like ability to progress. It feels like
I agree that school is a good place for socialization, and it teaches work ethic. That's literally all it teaches. But if you have a natural work ethic, like I don't think I need to be at school for you to like. In the current climate of like education, I don't need to be at school. Like if I already have an established work ethic, like I guess
you're saying if you can build a business at the age of 14, you don't need to go to school.
Not even that. Like if you're able to go out and be a functioning member of society at the age of 16, when you can legally emancipate yourself,
I agree with that.
You should be able to decide right there, like fuck school, it's not for me.
But
I'm gonna go out and work.
Can't you?
You can emancipate yourself from your parents.
But you have to. There's like certain. You have to like provide. You have to show that you can make income and stuff. Like they get. I don't know how they do it. I've never met anybody that's been emancipated. So
yeah, because it's very frowned upon. Because people are like, you're retarded. Don't do that.
I'm not saying.
I think emancipation only works.
I would agree with that. At 16, you decide. Okay, I want to stop learning this bullshit. That's not obviously anything for
like because
me.
you can go to Washburn Tech, like
yeah,
people.
Exactly. So that's I think now though they're starting to see that.
Yeah.
And they're going, all right. So ages from you start at 5, the 5 to fucking 7 thing though, like age 5 to 7, the learning in that age, like sorry, not 5 to 7, 5 to like 11, the learning in those categories, those grades, the amount that you need to learn in that time, in my opinion, is so fucking high. It is so vital to you as a person.
Well, yeah, during the formative years.
Exactly. So, like, I'm saying we cannot take that away from people and expect them to be successful. We cannot take that away from people and I don't want to take that away from people. That feels inhumane. That feels not fair in my mind. I guess that's where I'm coming from. Is like a fair state of mind. Is like I don't want it to be like, oh well, it's your fault. You're fucking dumb. It's like no. We gave you the ability, and then we chose, we gave you middle school, which would be an option. I don't even know if middle school would be an option. Middle school was social school in my mind.
Yeah.
So elementary is the cognitive function years, like you learning fully how to do things.
How to not shit yourself and stuff.
How to not shit yourself, how to eat food, how to count, how to read, right? And then middle school is the social years where you learn how to not catch STDs and how not to do all the drugs yet. And then you have, after you finish middle school, you can choose to go into a line of work and still continue a smaller education on the side. Or you just go into work, and then you get that option again at 16.
Yeah.
That's how I could see it being fucking perfect. And you don't need to be in school until you're 18. 18 years old is a dumb fucking age to be in school till. The last 2 years of high school is nothing than for me was at least someone like me who I didn't have a fucking plan to go to college because college is bullshit in my mind. I mean, we can both agree on that college.
No,
is fucking dog shit.
it definitely is.
So for me, like those 2 years were just a waste of time. All I did was party and fuck and drink and do whatever I could.
Retweet.
And fucking, that's all I did is I partied and I drank and I fucked and I played music and I repeated it every other fucking weekend and I hung out with people that were way older than me and it wasn't bad. It was socially freeing because I got to learn like who I was as a person and that was nice. But I could have been working and making money to like go into something that's already fucked up right now,
I mean, yeah.
And I was working too, but it wasn't. You can't work past like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
As a
child labor laws are.
It's too strict. It's insane. And the reason they're so strict is because they're expected to go to school as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you can't work past midnight and then go to work at 5 a.m. It's like, well, I'm gonna have to do it in 2 years anyways for the rest of my life.
Yeah, the 2 years makes a difference. You're now an adult.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I guess I agree.
But you can't buy cigarettes. You can't have a beer. You gotta.
That's bullshit. Yeah, I think you should at age.
You live in a legal state. Guess what? You can't smoke that weed until you're 21.
Once you start working, you should be able to have those addictions. There should be no choice. I'm fully on the train of like let everything, all drugs.
Yeah, decriminalize everything.
Everything.
Like it
Anybody
works.
who has an addiction it does work. It's proven in every other country where it's done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, decriminalize it. Let people, that way you'd have less deaths, obviously. That's
Population control.
It wouldn't kill people. That's the thing, is it wouldn't kill people. Instead, they would have the ability to what am I looking for here? They would have the ability to seek, like, medical treatment for it. They would have places they could do it safely to figure out their addiction or get their whatever. And it'd be like
They actually have something like that in place up in Philadelphia. I remember reading it, and I asked Liam about it. They have these like places, like injection sites for like heroin addicts. So like they have a safe place to go and inject heroin.
But that's a taxed thing.
Yes. I don't think that needs to be taxed. It needs to be privatized, like rehab. Like if you want to pay to get better, obviously, or pay to do it safely.
They would never pay to get better. That would remove the whole concept of an injection site.
But it's decriminalized. They can pay to do it safely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like going to a bar.
That's the addiction, though.
You pay to have somebody else get you your beverage instead of going to the liquor store and just unregulating your drinks.
Yeah. What I'm talking about, like the part of like getting better from it. Like if you ever wanted to stop.
Oh no, that's a personal decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I think at that point it becomes a personal decision.
Yeah, like
I don't think at that point addiction's a disease anymore.
No.
Because like as it stands right now, addiction's a disease because as soon as you get addicted to anything, it ruins your whole fucking life based on the status quo of our country.
Yeah. I mean,
so if it had the possibility to not ruin your whole life, I consider it I could be a social addiction, I guess would be the fucking term I'm looking for here. Right? No?
Correct.
Maybe social drug.
Decriminalize everything.
Yeah, Josh, Josh was a prison cop, or not a prison, a woman. He was a woman's prison cop, so he saw a lot of people who weren't educated who dropped out at a young age. But then again, I also think that like even at 18, when you get out, you're not fucking, you don't have full education.
No.
You just have the ability to work at that point, and you learn everything from there.
Yeah, literally all school does is promote a work ethic.
And even then, I don't think it does that most of the time.
Like, my sister, she's in college. She's a junior in college right now. And she's done. She's got good grades all her entire life. She's going to be an English teacher, like elementary. She doesn't know the difference between there, and there.
How is that possible?
Because she's fucking retarded. But guess what? She has a work ethic, and people fucking help her with, like, her homework and stuff because they're like, oh, she's willing to learn. We'll help her. And, like, she does... She gets her work in on time, and, you know...
But does she learn the difference and then, like, cognitively display it?
No.
And she'll never be an English teacher.
Guess what? That you don't have to know anything to get a degree.
You're right.
So,
okay, that's the point you're making. I thought you were saying she's going to get a job as an English teacher. I'm like, no, she's not.
No, she definitely is. She's going to get that degree, and somebody's going to hire her.
Nobody will hire her.
Guarantee you.
No way.
Yeah. Dead
I
ass.
don't think so.
That degree.
I will bet you,
degree.
I will bet you $100 right now that your sister will never be an English teacher.
I guarantee you she will.
If she is that incompetent. See, and now I have to
look at that. Like, and I catch myself all the time. Like, if you fix yourself after that, I mean, it's fair. Like, you're human. You make mistakes, but I don't think it's like a.
Does she not know the difference, or does she type it out weirdly? Is that what you're saying? Like
both, because if you don't know the difference.
There are times where I'll type it out differently, and I'll cognitively go, "Oh, that was wrong." I won't always correct it. I just because I know that I mentally fucking got it.
I mean, I do that too. Like sometimes, like when I say like, "Oh, I made the right choice," I'll fucking type out WRITE, and I know that's wrong, and then I go and fix it immediately after.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if it's in a text message. I will go and
fix it sometimes though, because I don't give a fuck who thinks I'm dumb or not.
I mean, that's fair.
So like sometimes like. That's why I hate people correcting me on shit. Is because like if I type something. Like, I got it. I know I said it wrong. Trust me. I'm not, it's because I expect people to, like, know that I'm not that stupid, I guess.
The point that I'm making for her case is, like, she is the perfect student. She's the model student. Like, an assignment, guess what? It's going to be done, and it's going to be on time. It might be
just going to be fucking illiterate?
More than likely. Luckily, there's spell check for shit like that on Microsoft Word or... Pages or whatever the fuck you're using.
Oh, fuck. Well, now they have it to where the context of the there, and there, it'll be corrected.
Yeah, so, like, you don't have to worry about that. Like, but when it's time to go and write on the chalkboard for these 7 kids or some shit that you're teaching, guess what? They're going to be fucking retarded because somebody failed you in the education system.
Oh, no.
Or because you had difficulty with that and nobody, recognized it or whatever. Like,
what a rip, bro. That's crazy dreadful.
And I'm not saying she's like stupid. Obviously, she's got like a lot of shit that she's good with. It's just like.
But those are like, why are those things that aren't fixed though? I guess like why doesn't she fix those things?
I don't think.
Is she not aware of them? Does no one go, hey, you're fucking dumb?
I mean, I do every day, but everybody's like, oh, she's in college and you're just working. I'm like,
that's another problem. Is
at least I'm literate.
We don't have to say obviously, yo, you're fucking dumb. Like we don't have to say that, but like. The standard of correcting people has gone down the fucking drain.
Well, I'd like to think that I'm smarter than like 85% of the people that I know. And guess what? I barely graduated high school and I'm literally working a job. Like I'm not in a career, I'm not in college. And like
you're just surviving.
I just got bad grades, that's all.
Like those people that are in college will never fucking survive anyways right now with how it is. Nobody survives right now. Nobody fully gets out here.
No,
like, that's the thing. So like the
I don't think that good grades equal intelligence.
No, not
they
at all.
only equal like high work ethic.
I think I think grades should be based off of your learning capacity and the ability to like strenuously learn about something that you like have problems getting, like the ability to understand something that you've failed to get before.
Yeah.
So like there and there for your sister, if she could get that in a certain amount of time and understand it and fully comprehend it and then test on it, and like that would be the thing that would be impressive for her, is because she then has a learning capacity to learn past that point.
Like the pass fail aspect, I think would be better than like A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Because like if somebody gets an A on the test, they're gonna fucking obviously flex on the person that barely passed with a D. Like, oh, you got a fucking D? Are you retarded? Like, no, I still passed the fucking test. Get the fuck off my case.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't think that.
Like if
I
somebody
don't,
gets
I don't
straight
like the
A's,
pass fail concept either, though.
if somebody gets straight A's, obviously they're going to be looked at like they get better scholarships. You know, they get you know.
But that just plays into the role, the thing we're talking about, which is college is bullshit.
Yeah, college is bullshit, but that like ultimately sets you up. Like they give you free money to go and learn if you get like a 4.0 and your ACT
Unless you
is
fail,
like
and then you
a
get
36.
That's the thing. Unless you fail, if you fail, you have to pay it all back. Or if you get screwed out of it by your teacher because he doesn't understand that we're in a global pandemic. Hey, how are you?
It be like that sometimes.
That's not okay. That is, I knew, I don't know why I ever thought about going in. That's the thing. Like, I literally, the biggest fuck I could get, I got. Like, think about it. I didn't, like, fail or anything. I tried. And then had to go get tested for COVID and wasn't able to go for 2 weeks. And then because the teacher was a moron and basically didn't understand a lick of English outside of CPU and GPU, he, like when I came back to class, I'd been emailing him all week too. I came back to class and I got in there. I'm like, hey, I was like, how do I make these assignments up? He's like, oh, I thought you dropped the class.
Oof. Big facts.
What are you talking about? I dropped the fucking class, bro.
That is rough. Like, oof. Honestly, that happened to me when I was in college because I didn't show up for like a week and a half, but that's just because I didn't have a car or a ride to school.
This dude
and they were like, hey, I didn't think you were coming back. I'm like, I just finally decided to figure out the bus schedule, and here I am. And they're like, oh, well, we kind of moved past all that shit. And I'm like, oh, so I guess I'm dropping out. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, no, he fucked me so hard on that. Well, and then I tried, even past that point I tried, and I was like, hey, like, I'm trying to get, I was like, give me, he was like, well, you can't make stuff up. I'm like, you can't what? You can't make up assignments? Like, you can't do them?
No. Like, your mom just died? Oh, damn, that sucks.
Dude,
So,
straight up, okay. Harley's fucking, oh, God. I forget his fucking name. Her cousin or some shit. He was in the class, right?
Right.
His mom got fucking cancer. Gene got fucking cancer while he was in the class. He didn't come to classes. And because his mom had fucking cancer. And he fucking dropped him from the class. While he was talking to him the whole time about it while it was happening. Oof. And he didn't let him make up work. He didn't. How fucking. I would like, dude. Oof. Why is this guy a teacher? It doesn't make any sense. Like, how, as an administration, Washburn Tech doesn't go, oh, yeah, we probably need to get him the fuck out of here.
He produces quality work.
I don't care. It's
all about work ethic.
My other problem is that he's a billionaire who's a teacher. Not a billionaire, he's a millionaire probably. He owns like 7 companies. He's sold multiple companies.
Yeah.
Why are you a teacher?
To promote the same work ethic he has.
No, it wasn't work ethic that got him there. It was the money he got coming here as a foreign exchange student and sticking around.
Probably.
That's what got him there. It was the money his whole family has from being doctors for the last 40, 50 years. It's not his fucking work ethic.
Well, that's a completely
Because if he worked through all of his family's death, then there's no longer a human aspect of it.
No, he's just a robot cranking out more programmers.
But there's no human aspect. So if there's no human aspect, then how can you expect anything to be done properly? If you remove the human from it, you're just creating robots. Like if you just want a robot working, you tell him. You let him know. He's like, I gave people jobs. I'm like, doing what? Sucking on your toenails or some shit, bro? Like,
not a bad
you look
gig.
at people like they're nothing. You look at people like dirt, dog. A cancer patient. That's the lowest of low outside of a dead person. Like, that's as low as you can get. And you, like outside of being dead, being a cancer patient is right next to it. You're just laying above your grave at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like with certain cancers. And that's where this person was at with his mother. And it blows me away the ability to just shake that off and go, no, fuck you. I don't know. I could never do that. Unless they're lying, obviously.
And that's why you're not making money.
It's not true.
You're not making big dollars.
I'm not making money right now because we close at 9 o'clock at the bar. But other than that, I mean, being human's the biggest part of bartending. Listening to, like, I'm a therapist with medicine and poison at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like, humanization's, hello, it's everything to me.
But not everybody benefits the same way from humanity. Like, there are people that are more comfortable with
Being a robot.
being a robot, or back to the whole anime thing, you know, they thrive in that world because it's not real. Reality is hard to face for them.
It's like completely opposite of robot. Well, I guess it is robot depending on the anime.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of both. I mean, it's computer generated programs.
I don't know. I can't wrap my head around being that emotionless towards people.
Oof.
I'm not that cold. I could never be that cold.
9 times out of 10, I don't have any like sympathy for people based on like personal experiences. Like, if you've experienced it, I probably experienced it too, and I made it through. So it's okay.
But you're only 4? 23?
Yeah, I've been through
23.
some shit, cuz.
Yeah, so have I, but I don't presume to know everybody. I guess that's something that's different about us.
If it's black and white, then yeah, I don't care generally.
like you're
generally.
saying, like you just like.
Like, I don't, like, if it doesn't directly affect me, I really don't care 9 times out of 10.
But if you were a teacher,
That's why I'm not a
Would
teacher.
you look at that student though?
That's why I'm not a teacher.
Would you look at that student and tell them that they couldn't make up their work?
I plead the fifth. I don't want to incriminate myself on.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you don't, like, there's fair, right?
Yeah, you hold everybody to the same standard. If everybody's mom had cancer, and then be like, oh yeah, you can make up your thing, I guess. That's why I'm not a teacher. Because I don't. I like.
You have to look
shit's
at
expected. Like,
exceptional-
when I miss work, shit was still expected to get done, regardless of me being there or not.
But it wasn't expected to get done by you.
It kind of was. There was shit that I had to do, like, that was specifically.
But you
for
still
me
have
when
to
I
come
came
back and do it.
I came back and did it. Yeah, but that's different. I didn't have the chance
No, it's
to
not.
do it. Yeah, it is. If I had the chance to do it from home, do you think that they would be like, yeah, just go ahead and not do that? You can do it when you're done grieving? Probably not.
But you got to come back and do it
Yes, because it had to be done
during that time.
in
But
person.
I mean, that's why you hire more than one person, though.
Correct. It had to be done in person.
Like, it's
is
not.
the thing.
That's a
like, if it has to be
business's-
done in person, then I understand. If not, then
That's a business's responsibility to get something done.
I
Some of that, but okay, some of the shit that is done in that class has to be done in person. We're not just talking papers.
Yeah.
We're talking about a computer class.
Yeah.
So we're talking hands-on shit that you have to do in person.
see that would be different. I could.
So yeah, okay.
Like, if he didn't have the opportunity to teach you it, how can
most
you,
of
like,
it is
yeah.
lab based. Most, like, they gave you a certain so like everything that was done on paper was done. Like for me and that other kid, that was the problem. I guess I should be more clear about that. It was all labs. It was
Yeah.
all take this out, put this in. How do you put RAM in? How do you set a set of GP or a CPU? How do you it was all stuff you had to show him and do.
Right.
Like, the only other thing I could think of was, let me just take apart my computer and send you videos, bitch. Like, I mean,
if that would have been sufficient for, like,
well, I didn't know I would never be able to do it again. It's not like he doesn't have the computers in the fucking classroom to do them on. Like, oh, you want me to learn how to do this? Here. I told him that, too. That's something I said. That's one thing that made me so mad. So I'm like, I already know how to do this stuff. I could sit here and show you right now.
Right.
I was like, I went to go grab a fucking computer. He was like, no. I'm like, why? Why? Just let me show you. Like, I know how to do this shit. Like, I'm in this class for the second part of it, not the first part, bitch. I already learned this. I just want a fucking job that pays me more than fucking $12 an hour or whatever. I mean, I make way more bartending. I should have just I should just stick. I don't need to fucking go to school.
no,
It's stupid.
school's a crock of shit.
It's a crock of shit. It's nonsense how they're able to treat people like that, though. I guess I don't. I mean, and no job does that either. The only job I've ever been at that does it in that way. Like, even when I was at Home Depot, when they're like the strictest I've ever worked for, they would still like there was one day where I had to go, what was it? I don't remember. There was something I had to do that was important that involved my mom. And I went and I told she was like, can you be back at this time? And I was like, yeah. She was like, okay, I will let you go, and I will write it in, and we'll do it to where you don't lose points. Like, there's humanity in every job line. So if you don't have it in school and something is supposed to be teaching people about, their career choice, it's wrong, in my opinion. Like, every job has that. Not all of it, like, not every piece of it, not every shed of it, but in the darkest of times, if you went to your job and, like, you were like, yo, like, if your fucking family died or something, if your dad died or some shit, and you're like, I have to go to the funeral, like, I mean, that was the example you just gave. They didn't, like, dock you for that. You got your proper time off to go and do that and handle that situation. You came back and you got to work. You did what you were supposed to. So if you can't, like, if you were trying to simulate a job, you're not simulating a job. You're simulating a fucking
It also depends on the company. Like,
it does, but a lot of those companies, they're shit on for the way that they treat people.
true.
In that way, because the humanity is taken away.
They're still making money though. No.
I mean, you're right. I mean, you look at Amazon. See, I don't know where to stand on Amazon either, because I see a lot of shit about some factories being dog shit, and then everybody I've talked to about, so like the girl I worked with at Home Depot here, she used to work in Florida at an Amazon one, and she said it was fucking amazing there. She loved it, and she transferred up here to be back with her family, and it was horrible in Kansas City.
Yeah, I've heard the Kansas City one's trash.
So it's just, there's no standards being held, I think, is the ultimate problem with that company.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That happens with any, like, fucking billion-dollar company, though.
Yeah.
You've got the fucking, like, the stores that get, like, the best treatment and have all the best shit. Like, our Target store, definitely not the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, the Lawrence store, 10 times better than ours, like, aesthetically, and, like, the working environment I've heard is better. But that's for another.
Well, I mean, Topeka, like, in general, like that, like you look at, like, food. It's one thing, like, when we were touring, we'd go down south and eat, and all the food was just better no matter what, because of the area you're in, and the people there, like, they like to cook, and in the south generally more than the people here,
All we've got is burgers and barbecue.
Yeah. I mean, we got barbecue
restaurant.
being next to KC. Like, that's being an hour away from
We don't
KC.
have a whole lot of, like, barbecue
Not
here,
in
though.
Topeka, though.
Yeah, like,
But,
you have to
I
outsource.
mean, we got Dickies. Dickies smacks.
That jalapeno kielbasa.
Oh.
Kill a baby for that.
I fuck with that a lot. But I mean, outside of that, but yeah, no, where your location matters a lot. I learned that when I went to a Mississippi Golden Corral and almost came in my pants from how good the food was. It was fucking.
Was it any different than regular Golden Corral?
Phenomenal. Like, it was all made correct. Like, it was like as if Golden Corral would, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just so much better. Everything was, like, cooked right, and everything was, like, really hearty and fucking, like, fulfilling, and, like, I was like, I wanted money back, because I was like, yo, I ate one plate. This is bullshit. Like, we were on tour, so I was starving.
Oof. You're like, fuck it, let's hit the Golden Corral.
Yeah, well, it was the last day of tour. We were headed back. We were like, all right, we got to drive back from Mississippi to Kansas. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's go to Golden Corral. Let's just, like, we made good money on this last show. And everybody was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. No, this was year 2, year 3. This was his first tour. And it was we had spent way too much money on that fucking, we rented a fucking RV like dummies because we didn't understand how it worked. Oof. Learning capacity.
See, you learned that from real life. You didn't learn that at school.
No.
Bam, real life experience right there. School, 0. Real life, 1.
But I wouldn't have known that we spent a shit ton of money if I didn't go to school.
I'm sure you would have gained some sort of understanding of commerce before you were just given
What's the
money.
little dash behind the number? That's a negative sign, sir. All right.
Why when I open my bank is it red? why does it show red? It means you have no money. You actually owe us money. You're like, oh fuck. Oh,
how do we get there?
Well, can I just make?
Is our relationship negative now too? Yes.
So no head.
So no head. I don't fuck with banks at all. I don't do banks. I do online banking.
Dude, my bank fucks the shit out of me every month.
I refuse. I can't.
They're like, oh damn, you have an account with us? That's gonna be $5. And it's
Hell
supposed to
no.
be canceled out because I make deposits way more than that. So that's probably a conversation I should be having with my bank.
That's fucked.
But
No, I refuse. I hate the fact that they make money off of loans already, and they make a shit ton of money off of the loans. And then they decide that if you go fucking negative from paying them for their loans, they can take more money for you.
it do be like that. Whoever designed that shit. Whew,
Oh, yeah. I mean, Federal Reserve, dog.
crock of shit.
Yeah, that's why I won't do it. Cause like I'm negative fucking. I get to go to negative $75 on my Chime account, whenever. So like I have an extra $75 always on me, always, no matter what. Unless I'm fucking used it.
True.
But, and then it comes out my next check, and we're good. Whenever money goes in.
I don't think mine's that excessive. I think I can get up to like 30 before they give me a
I
call.
don't
Like,
have to
is somebody
pay anything on it, ever.
Well, see, neither do I. Like they'll just be like, "Yo, quit
Oh,
spending
they just
money."
remind you? Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
they're
give
just
a
like,
fuck.
"Hey," they're just like, "Hey,
Dude,
stop."
I've been negative for a month and a half before just because like I got cash straight up for a month and a half and that was it. Nothing, no worries. PayPal, on the other hand, there was an account where I was negative like 2 something. It was like
Oof.
200 because it was a big purchase and I was like, fuck it, we're gonna do it and I'll just pay it back.
Oof.
And then when you make big purchases, you start becoming broke after that because you made a big purchase and that's how the universe fucks you.
Yeah, make a bunch of small purchases instead.
So it took like 6 months to like get it back to them, and by that 5th month, they were like, "Yo, we need to talk." And I was like, "That's fair. 5 months is fair."
I'll be real with you. I've been just kind of avoiding this, but thank you for
I
reminding me.
told them to. I was like, honestly, I kind of wanted to see how long it would take you guys to call.
Yo, that was me paying off my car. Like, they'd call me every day, and I'm like, I'm at work. I'll just call them back, and then I
Yeah.
get off, and they're closed. And then I finally called him yesterday. I was like, okay, so I'm done playing around. I have the money. Let me just pay it off
I'm
real
sorry,
quick.
girl. I'm done playing with you.
He's like,
I'll be loyal.
He's like, this has been a long time coming. I'm like, yeah, I saw you try to call me like the past 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, I thought you just kind of, we're gonna run off on the plug. And I'm like, nah,
That's
I'm
fucked.
back. I have the money. Let me just handle this so you don't have to call me anymore and deal with that shit.
Sorry, boo boo. Don't be mad at me, baby.
They're gonna be really happy to see me when I go there in like a couple months, wanting to get a new car because this one should help. They'll be like, oh,
They're gonna be
welcome
like,
back.
Oh, our timing. It's great. We know. Because, that's not a fucking...
Did your engine just blow up? Oh, that might have been planned.
Some sabotage.
How convenient.
Yeah, fuck the car industry, too. Most importantly, fuck the car industry.
Fuck you, Obama, for saving the automotive industry.
Fuck them. Fuck the automotive industry in general.
Nah, the real theft isn't taxes. It isn't automotive. It's the fucking housing situation.
You're not wrong.
Tell me why I'm paying, $900 a month for this house that was built 70 years ago that doesn't even have fucking vents in the upstairs, so I'm cold as fuck in the winter.
It's gonna suck in the summer. You think it's bad now?
I got a window unit. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be butt ass naked
This
in my
bitch
room.
is gonna die here soon. I already know it. It
Oof.
makes all these buzzy sounds all the time, like I'm in the gulag out of nowhere. It was like, like literally. it's
Oh yeah,
bad.
when you're fucking randomly sitting here and your laundry's done, apparently.
Mhm. But it keeps going with that sound because it's the compressor dying in it.
We love that.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's the worst sound in the world too. It's like when I first heard it, I was like, oh god, I'm unplugging it. I was so scared. I just plugged it back in and I just turned down the temp on it a little bit, like turned the cool down a little bit, and it'll like leave it there for like an hour and then turn it back up and we're good. So like my AC unit's like your car.
She sounded a little rough coming here today.
Purring from every fucking pipe possible.
Yeah.
She farting and burping while she walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Fucking legs all cockeyed, pulling her thong out of her ass.
She be getting from point A to point B, and that's all that matters.
Look like every fucking hooker on fucking Fifth.
That's kind of where I'm at in life.
You're a hooker on Fifth,
That's what I feel like.
right?
Just getting fucked.
Honestly, I was
Excessively.
doing so great before this 9 o'clock order. It's crazy how much money you don't make as a bartender.
Who the fuck goes to the bar before 9 o'clock?
Nobody.
Exactly.
I mean, nobody. Yeah, not even Chiefs games.
Really?
Not even Chiefs games. Well, people are scared to go out now too, even more. Like it's like the fear has been instilled even more. Like I thought the 9 o'clock order would come and be like, all right, well, we still have Chiefs games. Like, I can still rely on like 150 to 200 on Chiefs games. No. I was making $300 a night.
Oof.
That's,
When the bars open up, though?
yeah, it'd be great. So I was making like roughly 1,000 to 1,200 a week, which is way fucking more than anywhere else you can work besides a fucking factory you've been at for 5 years. So bartend. That's just the way to do it. If you want to make money, bartend, serve. Because then you also can control your taxes a little bit more too.
Yeah, but it also depends on where you're a bartender at and where you're a server at.
It does. No, you're not wrong.
Because nobody wants to fucking go to Abigail's.
No.
Like, if you're bartending at Abigail's, nobody's going to be like, hey, I'm going to go see Storm.
Well, and I got lucky. With this job. But even when I was at Skinny's, I was able to generate customers.
Skinny's always has customers, though. Like,
no. On like Wednesday nights, I created my own crowd entirely.
Like Thursdays, though? Thirsty Thursdays?
When they did Thirsty Thursdays, yeah. But that wasn't a thing the first 4 months I worked there. So I had to generate my own crowd on like Tuesday nights. Nobody fucking came in on Tuesday nights. There was one group of old guys that came in after fucking bowling that came in on Tuesday nights. And there would be random people that would come in every now and then. And so I would make regulars out of them. And that's just the ability to do that, though. That's just something you generate, like...
You give them the old suck.
Yeah, their wallets. I would walk out on Tuesday nights with $250 fucking dollars. I made more money on Tuesday nights than people would make on Friday and Saturday nights. Like, Like...
I wanted to make a joke about you sucking wallets since it's the first day of Hanukkah.
Oh, yeah. But that... Yeah, that's the way to go about it. But this is fucking horrible. So, because I make... So now the hours have to be spread out differently because obviously there's not enough money. That's...
The glorp.
Yeah. That's Beto.
I know who it is. Beto.
We gotta call him
Fettuccine Albedo.
But yeah, so now I'm making maybe $300 a week.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm making the same amount of money I've made all year because COVID has not affected my work schedule because I'm essential.
Do you make more right now, though? I thought you went up. Your money didn't it?
I mean, the pay increase went up, yeah. I mean, so I make like $40 more a check because guess what? I'm still working the same amount of hours.
If you don't want them, I want them. I'll take that $40.
And no, that $40 is what fills my gas tank. But the rest of the money that I should be making with this pay increase and all those bonuses that these corporations have been giving.
Taxes.
Guess what? Uncle Sham needed them dollars to pay for everything.
He needed to pay for all that shit.
My phone died, so
Oh, did it?
yeah. Oh no, you're making money.
I'm not making money. I'm making no money.
Oh.
That's the point of the conversation. I'm not making anything compared to what I was. And my like, I have a daughter now too, so my shit's more.
You've kind of had the daughter for a little bit, like it just now came into.
But since I've had her,
I've actually had to start paying for her now, so.
Since I've had her, my money's been all right though. I haven't.
We were just thriving off of all of the free shit that they gave us before we had her, like.
No,
she outgrew those clothes. I had to start buying her actual clothes.
We did get a lot of free shit when she was like everybody gave us clothes and shit. It was wild. I was like,
my mom is still thriving off of diapers from like a pregnancy ago for this baby because
like using them for the new baby.
Yeah.
Wow, those are little diapers too.
Yeah, well, she's a preemie. Like she was born like 3 months extra. Yeah, so like
wow,
she had to buy those, but she has like the normal size diapers from the previous one.
Yeah,
she's thriving a little bit.
Nah, I would have got rid of those. I would have been able to hold them. But no, I mean, since I've had her though, the money has been all right. Like I haven't really had too much. I mean, besides the first couple months when I was working at the fucking hookah house, I wasn't making no money doing that. Ultimately,
don't lie. All the money was made at the hookah house.
I could steal your guys' fucking hours. Sure, it was.
Well, you didn't need to steal our hours because you were shortening up the stock and the register. And all that fun stuff too. Don't lie to us, Storm. We know the stories. We heard it all from Jesus Christ himself, the Puerto Rican God.
Oh my God.
Won't name any names in case he pops in.
Fuck you, Ivan.
Fuck you,
Suck
Ivan.
Suck my dick. That's how I feel.
Shout out to Silver Fox Seth, if he ever makes his way into this dark part of the internet.
Fuck you too. He gave up.
He did. He folded. You let Nagasaki ruin what was left of the hookah house.
You literally got hit with Nagasaki.
God.
I don't care. It's a podcast for a reason. It's called Opinions.
My opinion, blue cheese isn't that good.
No, you're right.
If you order blue cheese with your wings, I don't respect you.
You're gross.
Don't even come in here with that chunky bullshit. It's ranch or nothing.
However, blue cheese Cheez-Its, just like the ones that are like made that way, they're good. It's weird. They smell like fucking feet, like blue cheese does, but they're good because I don't have the chunky texture though.
I don't like the taste of blue cheese though, so I probably wouldn't fuck with them.
It's the texture for me. I don't like clumps.
That
and
too.
Shit.
I fucking hate onions. Onions are the worst.
Ooh, no, you're wrong. I love onions. Onions are my favorite.
Oh.
Dude, I could just eat an onion like an apple.
Shut the fuck up. Stop. Fucking Shrek out here.
I could, dude. I love onions. I fucking love onions. We were fucking making something the other day that had onions, and Harley was like, "Here, cut it." I was cutting it, and I just took a fucking chunk, and she was like, "Storm!" I'm like, "What? It's good. I like."
That's how you know he eats ass.
Imagine having the audacity to call mold cheese. Yeah, pretty much. I get bullshit because I like cottage cheese a lot too, though. I love cottage cheese. It's something, I don't know, I just grew into it. Do you have anything that you didn't like, and then you liked, and you didn't like?
Yeah, so when I was a baby, my mom was always like, "Oh, you fucking love the shit out of avocados." And then I had guacamole for the first time, and I hate guacamole.
Bro, same shit though, straight up, same thing.
Now I love avocados.
I hate them still.
Okay, I love like if somebody's like, "You want some guac?" No, but if they slice up an avocado, I'll be like, "Give me that shit." I hate pico de gallo. That's what it is because I hate onions.
You don't like pico?
I hate onions, bro. The
that
smell.
Much? Dude, wait, the cilantro doesn't overtake the fucking onion for you in pico?
Cilantro tastes like soap to me. Deadass. Yeah, I can't enjoy cilantro.
What is your super taster?
Yeah.
Oh god, were you there when we had that argument? It wasn't an argument. I was just telling him how fucking stupid it sounded that they called it super taster.
See, Albedo understands.
What?
Onions are trash, and so is cilantro.
I don't care.
You know how
Jaden with his opinion. Oh shit! I used your name. Oh, god damn it! I'm sorry, Albedo with his opinions. Whatever.
You want me to hit him?
I can bleep it out before I.
You want me to hit him?
Because of YouTube. You want me to beat him up?
That was one of the things. Like back when I worked at Dillon's, I had a coworker. Like whenever our boss was saying some dumb shit, he'd be like, "You want me to hit her?" I was like, "Yeah, kinda."
He'd be like, "Oh."
And she's like, "Damon, don't you fucking touch me," you know?
Just takes a shoe. Dumb bitch, bad.
Oh fuck.
I fucking hate that shit.
Want me to hit her?
I hate it when people are awkward like that. Like in that moment, I'm like, no. Like, it's funny from the outside, but if I'm the one you're asking, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're weird. Stop. I hate being put in awkward fucking moments like that. Like I know it's a joke, but it's awkward for me. I don't like the awkwardness. Because shit that I've said that's a joke, it's been taken very seriously before.
It do be like that.
Well, it's like
I don't get to make those jokes based on my appearance. I'm brown and large.
Yeah, I got a gun in the console. I'm Jessica.
Oh my god, dude! I was driving home the other day and I had my fucking gun in my glove box. Because, like,
Oakland, got it.
Yeah, you know, like, and I was driving home and a cop was following me. And I was like, I don't want to like turn down the street I need to turn down because this cop has been following me for like a block now. So I kept going and I drove to my dad's, which is like a block past where I need to turn to get into Oakland.
Okay.
And the cop continues to follow me. And I'm like, don't pull me over because my registration is in my glove box. And I'm not going to sit there and be like, yo, I need to grab my registration, but my gun's in there. Like, I'm not getting shot over, like, a fucking turn that I took, like, 2 miles too fast, apparently. Or because I just look like a fucking suspect.
If you can notice them behind you. So, I mean, I still don't have a fucking license, if I'm being honest. But we used to drive a lot more dangerously without a license because I was a moron, right? And I used to, like what I would do is like I got really good at noticing cop headlights. I'm not so good at it anymore because I haven't been pulled over near as much. But I would like if I saw him like start to follow me, I would always just pull into a fucking random driveway and get out like I was going into the house.
Like, hey, cousin.
And they would just like they would fucking go most of the time. There was one though where we were coming back from a concert and I did it. And he fucking sat there. Like, the cop just sat there. I got out the car and I, like, yawned. And I was, like, getting shit out of the car, looking like I was going inside. I even popped the trunk and started collecting shit from the trunk. And he's just sitting there. I was like, I might have to walk in this person's house and explain to them what just happened. Because it was, like, I finally, like, once I got up to the door of this guy's house, he pulled off. And I was like, oh. Like,
he just circles around the block and then sees you getting back into your car.
That man was waiting for me. I think it was because I took the turn too fast to do it. Because I was like, I saw him and I was like, I was like, we dipping. We gonna sleep here.
Bro, when I was coming home from work the other day, like I say the other day, like it wasn't like 2 weeks ago. I legitimately had something I needed to get out of my trunk when I got home. And I didn't realize there was anybody behind me, but they turned down my street, which is a dead end street. So like you're only turning down that way unless like if you live there or if you're going to like to a house down there. Like there is no accidental turn that way because it clearly says dead end. Anyway, so I pull into my driveway, I pull all the way up, like turn my car off, grab the shit out of my seat, go open the trunk, and I hear like cuz I have a gravel driveway, and I hear like a tire hit that first pebble, and I'm like, who is it? So I'm like, huh. And they back up so quick, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing following me?
Yeah, it's creepy.
And I haven't seen that car since. And it like had like the newer headlights that were like cops.
The cop headlights.
So I was like, I really hope it isn't a cop. And I just clutched my fucking.
Your fucking. You'd have been dead. You're on the news, bro. You're a statistic at that point.
I can't wait.
How many Latino people have been shot by cops? No one cares. We only care about the black people.
Please loot Target if I ever get shot by a cop. Just be like, this is what I wanted.
They're gonna be like, there's no meaning
just
in
for
this.
the record,
no, there actually is.
Just for the record, if I am ever shot by a cop, anybody that watches this, they can loot Target. I give them full permission. It's what I would want. Don't let the media try and tell you this isn't what he wanted. He was such a peaceful person. I'm not a peaceful person. I'm ready to catch a body at any moment. Like, I can walk outside right now and see a crackhead trying to break into my car, and, like, Storm's going to have to, like, tell the cops not to shoot me because I'm not the threat. Like, for legal reasons, this is all a joke.
Bro,
I hate
did
when...
I tell you the other night about the fucking video of the fucking dude that winds up on my porch?
No.
Homie, oh my god. So I was playing with we played Need for Speed with Josh. And I fucking like my bling shit goes off or whatever. My fucking camera's outside. And it's like a minute and a half behind. And so because there's multiple things here that limited my ability to catch a fucking to put someone night. The other one being is that I have the trigger lock and then I have my shells separated because I have Athena. So like I'm just like, yeah, no. And I see it go off and I'm like, oh, it's just Binks, and I always check it to make sure it's just Binks so that way I don't walk out there into 45 in my head or some shit. And I pull it up and this dude is on my porch, just like it's a scary moment when they actually do it too, because you start going, you're like, oh, this is gonna be bad. Like this guy's going to sleep, like somehow, like he's either going to sleep or he's eternally resting on my porch, like
on the porch.
And he's, he was walking real slow, like he was fucked up on something. He was on some shit. I know it for sure. And he grabbed the Christmas lights, and by the time that he grabbed the Christmas lights, that there was like a bag of them that were like we were gonna give to. I don't remember what we were gonna do. They were like $1, but it wasn't that. It was the concept of him being on my fucking porch that I was like, yo, get the fuck off my porch. By the time he grabbed that, I realized, oh, I've taken too long to watch this video. I need to go downstairs right now. I have the gun, pull the trigger lock off, load up 2 shells, put the rest in the pocket, run down the stairs, gone. Oof. I'm like, God damn it, dude.
Missed your chance.
And the dude just like it was more, and he took the Sorry.
I was looking. I can't read.
Yeah, he was in Discord during it. So he's in Discord, and all he hears is, Josh, I'll be right back. Like, like I was down the stairs, fucking ready to roll.
Honestly, from the third person view, it's always fun to like hear that with Thomas. Like,
yeah, his is a little less serious because he does it if a squirrel walks in his yard.
he's just naturally tweaked.
He's always ready for Call of Duty to be IRL.
He's like, dogs are barking. Let me just, yep.
Yeah, like to where like for me, it's like I have to like I thought there's stairs there, and I'm fat. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I gotta work all that much to get down them stairs and no one's there, I'm gonna be mad as shit. So that's why I got the cameras, all that shit. Shoot someone on your porch.
Is Albedo hitting us with laws?
It's legal to shoot someone when they're stealing shit off my porch and they're on my property. I wasn't gonna shoot the man immediately. I was gonna fucking have the gun at my side and be like, "Get off my porch! Get the fuck off my! Get out of here!"
And then when that man charges,
And if that man
catches the
charges
12
me,
gauge.
he's gone. No, absolutely not. I have a daughter up here. I don't give a fuck. Like, there's zero opinions. I have my kid in the house. There's nothing that persuades me differently other than get the fuck off my porch. There's your warning. If you walk towards me or you show any hostility, I don't care at that point. Like, not at the house, not with the kid. If Athena's around, like, I'll show pity other times and like or mercy or whatever, and I'm different in that way than you guys are. I know you guys are a little more like cold with it. But outside of that, if that like I would, the gun's up. Like, I'm not gonna fucking no. Not with the kid. Not with my child. Too much risk. There's too many horrible things that like go through my head if like someone were to get a hold of her. Like, and like all the sex trafficking and shit that's like gone on in the past like 10 years. It's really, really bad. It seems like the past 10 years it's gotten so much worse. No, I'm zero fucking tolerance for it at that point. Like, I can't bring myself to be that way. So, at that point, I value her over anybody else's life. So I value her over my own life, which is why I'm willing to put myself in that position in the first place. So
I don't give a fuck if I die.
Yeah.
See, I feel like a lot of people are afraid of death. Once you accept death, your life is a lot easier to live.
I would like to say that, but I don't feel that. Like, in those moments, I get worried. But I think maybe I used to be more like that. But
it might be different, like, now that you have, like, a kid.
Exactly. Because I used to, like, I'd be in the back of fucking trucks doing dumb shit and, like, driving like a fucking moron. And, like, I mean, you slow down a little bit. It's true. Like, you do slow down. You take a step and you're, like, you kind of go, should I fucking, should I go around this corner at 75 miles per hour? Probably not. Like, I don't want to die.
I'm still going to do it.
I'd like to see graduation.
Nah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
Damien's parents almost got fucking clapped one time pulling up to my house.
Seriously?
Yeah, dude, it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and like, I don't know if Damien's ever gonna watch this. Probably ain't gonna put his business out there. Anyway, his parents showed up because they were worried about him, right? And they're like knocking at my door, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and like obviously I'm not answering because I don't know who the fuck is knocking on my door, and I can see the front door from like my room, so like I'm peeking out the window, and then they start banging and like. They're like, Damien. And I'm like, okay, they obviously know Damien. I don't know what the fuck they're here for at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, yeah, I was like, I'm butt ass naked about to go and clap these dudes. Like, that's just how it's going to have to be. And like, I opened the door and he's like, hey, I'm Damien's dad. And she's like, and like,
oh.
I was like, oh. So anyway, I was like, my bad.
Let me just stick this up my ass real quick. Oh,
just clench it with my cheeks. I didn't let them inside, obviously. They're like, is Damien home? I'm like, yeah, he's upstairs sleeping. And I was like, he's Gucci. And they're like, oh, okay, we were just worried. And I'm like, yeah, I was kind of worried too because I thought I was about to. I had the fucking.
I was about to turn Damien into Batman,
bro. I called Thomas first. And I'm like, oh, if Thomas answers, he might get over here quicker than the police.
Yeah, honestly.
So we'll see how that is. He does drive a cop car, so like
that'll scare him off.
People will fuck off, and like, yeah, nobody's gonna fuck with a big ass white dude with a fucking cig on his hip, or wherever the fuck he pulls it out of. He's like, gun compartment, pulls it out of the beard. Just a little 22.
You want to talk about cyberpunk? Fuck, bro, that's some shit.
But no, yeah, they straight up almost got clapped. And I told him, actually, I don't think I ever told Damien. I told Logan for sure. I was like, yo, I straight up almost shot Damien's dad in the fucking chest. I'm going to be real with you.
That's so scary.
If they didn't start yelling Damien, I probably would have just started busting out the window. Like,
that's so over the top. No, you wouldn't have. Shut up.
I don't even care. Dude, I was fucking tweaking, bro. I'm trying to go to sleep and people are banging at my door at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't have cameras. I can't see who it is. I just see a sketchy white dude in some fucking, like, full-ass denim look, beanie on, big scruffy beard, looking all pissed and shit.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
And he's like,
yeah, you're banging at the door.
I'm like, come on, bro. Not right now.
Yeah.
And then his stepmom gets out of the car and she's like, Damien, are you in there? And I'm like, yeah, he's sleeping.
He's sleep.
He's sleep.
Sleep.
Then they
Yeah,
started
the
crying,
cameras
so I
are
felt
nice
bad.
for me. The cameras, I like having the cameras a lot for sure. Especially after the bullshit with my wallet and all that shit. Did I tell you how that all unfolded?
Yeah.
With the fucking.
And you lost your Mahomes jersey.
Yeah, it wasn't that the sketch though. It was the so. For everybody who's watching or will watch, I had my wallet and I thought I dropped it. I came in from work and I thought I had dropped it or not dropped it. I thought I misplaced it. I don't remember how this all went, right? And my Chiefs jersey was in the car, and so was my wallet. At least I thought. I didn't think I dropped it. I thought I left it in the car. I fucking did ultimately, but so like I couldn't find it anywhere for like a week, and I was like, what the fuck? Where's my wallet at? About 2 weeks before this, 3 weeks before this, I had lost a check as well that I couldn't find. I mean, I'm a bartender, so it was only like an $80 check, small check. Like we don't make big checks. We
My
make all our money
livelihood
on the weekends. It's all tips, obviously. So fast forward, lose the wallet and the jersey. And I thought I left them in the car. So I'm like, whatever. And then a week after that, the check got cashed. The people at my job, my boss came to me and said, hey, that check, because I had to rewrite it because I had lost it. And then she came and was like, hey, the other one, the original check got cashed. I was like, what the fuck? You can't cash that without having, my ID. And, you can do it with an ID in 2020 during COVID. You just have a mask on.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like, you just get a white guy that kind of looks like me, put a hat and a mask on. There you go.
Bam.
Like, it's
Check
easy.
cashed.
Just get a bigger guy like me. Like, it'd be a cakewalk. I could walk down the street and find someone. Like, I have friends that, like, you could do it, You could fucking do it.
I got a tan.
Honestly. If you, you could pull me off if you wanted to.
I have before.
Yeah,
I'll do it
people
again.
thought you were me when you used to walk across to the liquor store. People hadn't been there forever. But the fucking so my check got cashed, and then I came back, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy cameras because I'm like, fuck this, and nothing. The only thing I've had on the cameras is the crackhead at my door, and then another crackhead with a suitcase walking around the cars who got scared off from me, fucking pulling the gun right here at the window and fucking racking a shell. So, and she went away pretty fast.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of annoying. So, I just don't know where that shit is.
See, that's why I want Logan to let me get a shotgun. I was like, the pure terror that people get when you get the...
that rack.
You don't even have to shoot it. Like, you don't even have to buy a fucking shell. Just...
He said I cashed that check. My bad, dude.
He did need the...
do it.
He did need the money.
Do it. Yeah, no, it's that's fucking bullshit. I'm so fucking mad about it. So I can't get, it's horrible. And I wish they just would have left me my fucking ID. Like, cause you can't get an ID. I have an appointment like January 23rd or some shit. I haven't had an ID since like October, the beginning of October.
Yeah, it's kind of a shit show.
It's like, fuck, man.
You can't.
Like, luckily I work at a bar, so I can just go to a bar and drink. Like, some bars will ID me, and then I'll be like, yo, mine got stolen. Like, I'll show them the picture of mine. I have, like, a picture of mine from, like, so I'll show them that, and usually they're cool with it. Like, because it's COVID. I'm like, yo, my fucking wallet got stolen. I don't have an ID. I'm sorry. Like, and they'll be cool with it right now because it's COVID, but any other time, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have to wait for an ID, though, any other time.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. So if you stole my wallet and you're watching this, fuck you.
Just bring the ID back.
No, don't bring the ID
Put
back.
it on the porch.
I'd be fucking dead.
You might get shot.
I would die. I'm gonna see you on the cameras.
It's okay. You can wear a mask. It's COVID. We understand. We just want the ID because that $25 charge to get a new ID.
It's not the $25.
No, that's what fucked me when they stole my wallet out of my car. Because I didn't have $25, but guess what?
Fair.
I needed a fucking license.
Yeah, that's fair. For that ticket you needed.
I was a broke little 19-year-old. I cannot afford a $200 ticket because somebody stole my wallet that I now have to pay $25 for.
What's up, Brett? How you doing, man?
I love you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Some bullshit. But it is what it is. So, are you gonna play? You're not gonna play it on the Cyberpunk. You're not gonna play it on the console.
I'm probably not gonna play it on a console. Yeah, no. I'll probably just wait until the PC's built. Let all the bugs get worked out.
I haven't had too many bugs. There've been some moments, like some graphic bugs, but that's it for me. So far.
I mean, it can be expected, and like obviously the console bugs that everybody's talking about, like not to be expected, but still kind of to be expected when you have to like format this game for like 6 different fucking platforms.
My problem is that people expect it to look so good on console, on one, and they don't understand the technology jump in consoles from the 1 to the Series X or the PS4 to the PS5. That gap between those two, between 144 hertz and 144 frames and the SSD and all the different information and how it's being processed on a PS5 and an Xbox Series X, shut the fuck up. If you're playing this game on an Xbox One and expecting prime performance, shut the fuck up. You're not gonna get it.
Yeah, no.
This is out. It's outdated as of now. As of Cyberpunk.
Especially if you have a fucking fat ass Xbox One like mine.
If you have an OG Xbox One,
an 8-year-old console.
Bro, fucking John's Xbox blew his power brick blew up from playing Assassin's Creed. There's no way in hell that thing is running fucking Cyberpunk. There's no if it is, it looks like Roblox. Like
fucking Minecraft.
There's no point. Yeah, exactly. They are. There's no point in playing it unless if you can deal with the bugs and not bitch about it. And as long as they're not game-breaking bugs. That was the problem with Assassin's Creed. It's because Assassin's Creed had game-breaking bugs on it. Like, to where people could not progress in the main storyline of the fucking game.
Yeah.
Now, this game's a little different because you weave your own storyline, like, genuinely, the whole time. Like, the people you kill and the people you fuck, the people you love, the people you hate, like, it matters. So, with that being said, that's, you had that, you said that their stock dropped. And all I could think is every fucking 16-year-old that's playing Cyberpunk on their console and bitching about it not looking like the trailer. I'm like, what do you expect?
The games never look like the trailer, especially if it's a cinematic trailer.
God of War looked like the trailer. That's the one game I've ever played that looked just like the trailer.
Like cinematic trailers really fuck everybody's expectations for games. And like they're cool to see, but I think a lot of people are ignorant to the fact that there's a difference between cinematic and gameplay.
100%. Well, and that was the thing with God of War is all their cinematic trailers was gameplay trailers, and then when you played it, it was fucking gorgeous. Like, I cannot wait for the next God of War to come out on PS. I'm gonna buy a PS5 before I buy a Series X. Or, well, it depends if Halo Infinite comes out first, then I'll get a Series X.
Well, you have
if it goes to Microsoft. I don't know if it'll go to PC. All the other Halo games just recently came out on PC. They have not been out for PC.
Well, like the Master Chief Collection, just came out, yeah.
But the other games were not on PC.
But what was it? 5 has been on Game Pass for forever.
But they weren't on PC. They weren't playable on PC. None of them were.
I kind of thought Game Pass Ultimate lets it.
Halo was literally an Xbox exclusive only. It wasn't PC exclusive. It was only Xbox.
Right.
I think you could play the original one on PC. Maybe. I'm probably wrong though.
Well, I mean, but now with like Microsoft's like leaps to make gaming less console based.
I think they're just trying to make it more based. That's what I like about Microsoft more is they're trying to give it like to where if you buy it, you have the game on all your shit. That's Microsoft.
I mean that makes sense. That's how it should work.
Yeah, I mean I shouldn't have to buy Siege twice. Which, by the way, guess what they're talking about doing on Siege?
Cross progression.
Cross play. Yeah.
Talk about toxic. It just went from fucking
Oh,
just normal toxic to Super
man.
Saiyan toxic.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, it'd be input based. However, if you play with controller people, fuck them. At least for like, you're not like, I would never want to queue up with controller players. I would feel so bad.
Your stats through the roof.
Yeah, up. Everything up.
You're ranked. Play with nothing but controller people.
I would plug in my Zim. I'd cheat.
Oof.
Fucking.
Oof.
That game makes me so fucking mad.
Oof.
I wouldn't cheat. Watch Dogs was the schedule absolute worst comparison. Yeah, no, Watch. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in the new Watch Dogs. I have a lot of bugs in that I'm not happy about. It's kind of just it's just the old Watch Dogs in London. The whole being able to recruit people is bullshit. It's not really like everybody's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Like, well, this person works in construction, so you can get a construction drone to carry you places. And it's like, okay, so I only need one of them, right? Yeah. Okay, so there's no point in there's only like 10 main skills, so I only need like 10 people a part of the crew. Like, none of these guys actually, like, it's not near as, like, depthy as they made it sound. But I don't know. The storylines are kind of fun, but they went super fucking libby on this one. And I'm pretty liberal about stuff, but they are super on this one. There's even a radio station on the game that sounds like an Alex Jones podcast, and it fucking kills me. Like, it's literally like the kind of shit he would discuss. And they're like making fun of like people that are on drugs and shit, and they're how they're doing it. They're just like shitting on poor people basically, and I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. How they're like,
This is America.
it's crazy. I was like, how are you pulling this one off, guys? Yeah, and he's right. There's no connection to any of the characters, which is dog shit, which is no fun. But Cyberpunk's so far, I've played like 8 hours, I think. Mint. I'm loving it. I love every second of it. It's like every RPG I've ever played merged into one sandwich.
I think my favorite all-time RPG is going to be the Fallout series.
Yeah, and this has a lot of those aspects in it. So like, if you like Fallout, you'll like Cyberpunk, in my opinion. Like the looting system's the same. In my opinion, or not in my opinion, it is basically the same. The looting system's basically the same. The mission system is the same too. Very similar in the concept of how things go. It's a little bit more blurry because they added like the phone, so there's like a whole nother level of mission, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's like, you have to like text people and call people and shit.
So like GTA kind of
Yeah.
aspect.
Yep. And then they added, so you have that. And then you still have like the side missions where you like the stop off where people are being like mugged and shit. I haven't, like, the character that I went, it seems like she's like more like working with the police in a way, but to take down like Corpo.
Fucking narc.
Well, it's not like direct. So it's like you can still like be like, it's almost like the enemy of the friend of my, you know what I mean?
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, that. Kind of that concept, but I don't know if it goes into like a secondary storyline later. I don't know.
Maybe you got quite a bit of time to fully delve into everything that it has to offer, and then potential DLCs and.
Yeah, I'm loving it so far though, and they just released like a huge patch today. It wasn't big in like size, but like they did a bunch of shit like fixes immediately. Day 2, shit ton of fixes like every fucking game company should be doing.
Call of Duty,
Siege. All of you FPS fucking competitive games.
Why am I still crashing loading up zombies?
Why am I still fucking... why am I still dealing with juggernauts?
Speaking of which, are you playing tonight?
I am. I need TikTok clips. So
TikTok clips.
This stream will probably clip into Warzone after this. I'm not going to lie.
Be like that.
It's going to be... I didn't post a TikTok today, so we got to get one before 12 so I can keep my algorithm.
Shit.
Yeah.
Use the rocket from last night.
I was thinking about it, but it's a really... I guess it's an alright. It's a good one-off moment.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Why not?
Just use that somewhere in there. That was my defining moment on Warzone of like the past month.
Bro, we played... I don't know if you played... There was a game the other day I played. I swear to God, I was in some crazy bot lobbies. Everybody kept dying. Like all my fucking teammates kept dying. I kept getting caught in fields, and I would run across field like that little. There's that jump from airport to the hill,
Yeah.
and then to TV station, right?
Yeah.
So from airport to that hill, there was a team down by the square and the radio tower. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they were just fucking trying to light me up the whole time, and I was like running across, just embarrassing the fuck out of But I hit for like 40, 45, 4,400 damage and got 8 kills on that game.
Oof.
And I was like, I would just be embarrassing a movement, just diving, dodging, fucking weaving. I'd stop, reload, put my plates in, like the circles kind of come in, kind of crawl, stand back up, down one of them. And it was just all these stupid fucking angles. I was like, I can't get anything done. I was getting so pissed, man. It was making me so upset. Thanks for the follow, Brett. Appreciate it, brother.
Love you.
It was so fucking dreadful. I was like, I'm so done with this game. I'm mad.
Honestly, I don't know. I've been itching for a little bit of Warzone, like just something different.
I can't stand Cold War's multi.
It's not terrible. I played a match the other day by myself. I can only play on like super small maps now. Like I can't play on like one of those big, long, drawn-out maps with like the long-ass sight lines because I'm just gonna get clapped by a sniper before I even up my fucking SMG.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to sit there and have a sniping battle with these dudes that are fucking phase wannabes. Like it's not an enjoyable
Thanks for
moment.
the follow, Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, bro. I love Man on the Moon 3. I'm just kidding. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm gonna get extremely high and listen to it tonight. That's the thing with music. I don't know if you have that. Like, do you ever have to like, maybe not. Like,
fucked up to listen to it? No.
Okay, like I have to be like I give it like 3 different listen throughs. Like sober all the way through, high all the way through, and then sober again to see if like anything has changed. Like in my like understanding of the music. That's just like a personal ritual I do. Like if it's an album I'm generally interested in, it's not like just with everything. It's like something that like I've been waiting for. Like Mac Miller's album, like I listened to it sober, then high, then sober again, and now it's just on repeat whenever.
I guess I listened to it in a
like to enjoy it and then analytically break it down.
No, it depends on. For me, it's the quality of the speakers I'm listening on. Depending on each speaker, like I'll listen to it on my monitors. Then I'll listen to it on my headphones, and I'll listen to it in the car.
And headphones.
By the first run through, I usually have decided if I like it or not. Because I mean, people release 5 singles anymore, right?
Yeah.
And then so yeah, it depends on the quality of the album. And like by the first run through, I can usually decide if I like it or not. If I don't, I'll run through it again, and like usually by then I can decide. But singles, most of the time, reflect the album, and then you just have to listen and like in depth with the album.
Like shit, I like.
I can't listen to music. I don't focus when I'm high. It's not the same for me. Like everybody else seems like they get like these earthy vibes or some shit. Like they just go to this place where just like mellow and chill. And I don't get that. I'm more ADD when I'm high.
I hear shit. I hear like those like things that you can probably hear sober in music when I'm high. Like you'll be like, oh shit, the fucking harmony on that, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then I'll go load up a bowl, come back, and I'm like, bro, did you just hear that? And you're like, bro, I've been hearing that. It's always been there. And I'm like,
yeah, yeah. There's.
Like,
that's one thing I do love doing is catching those little harmonies and little things.
Well, that's why I gotta
make
give it
the song that you don't notice the first time. Yeah.
That's why I gotta get it the sober and the high so I can catch everything, and then I gotta get the headphone listen and then the car listen. But those are unrelated to the sober and high listens.
The car listen's my favorite because by that time you've gone through most of the album, you know a lot of the words, so you can just get down with it. So
anymore, I just listen to Sada Baby. I'm surprised I didn't catch a body on the way over here.
Periphery's one of those ones that like you'll never catch everything that's in the song. There's too much. There's too many things happening, but you still enjoy it to a point. I'm not big into instrumental music though. I
appreciate a good instrumental.
I respect the fuck out of it, and a lot of the time I'll just sit back on it. But I'm not gonna search it out a lot of the time. I've looked up Goat a few times just to like because it's such an interesting song. That Bolivia song I think I sent it to you because it sounds like a rap beat, as I said.
Shit, nephew, let me get up on that track.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking rap beat to me. So I really enjoy that one just because there's a certain flow about it. But a lot of instrumentals are just about like only about. It seems like the instrumentals are only about like showing off talent. But I feel like Polyphia does it both ways with their music. Like they show off talent, but their songs are still like really cool and kind of like you don't really have to have words to enjoy it. And I don't feel that way about most instrumentals. Most instrumentals, being a vocalist, I want words. I need to know what the fuck you're talking about. The chord that's half
spitting.
modified by a fucking that's diminished in the fifth, and is supposed to make me feel this way. Yeah, it's not the same. I don't have the same emotion.
You got to have the combination of both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have. I've had 3 EPs. Was it 3 EPs I do stories? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 EPs with Stories Through Storms. The Dawn, What Keeps You Up at Night, and Echo. I was nervous for the first one to release. I was not nervous for the other 2. I was nervous for the second one.
Really?
Because the second one was... I was excited for it, but I was nervous because we had like Spencer Charnas on it, and that was really like hard for me to like put together because I love him with all my heart.
I have not released any music.
Yeah, Xavier has not released any music.
We're getting there
yet. But yeah, I released that stuff. That stuff was fun, and I released my own song just to fuck around like a year ago, and that didn't.
That shit sucked.
It was weird.
If you like Little Peep, it's kind of like that, but like,
dude, just
not good.
Fucking, it's weird, bro. I fucked around. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna fuck around.
It gave me those weird Post Malone vibes where he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do something that isn't pop for a second."
Yeah, it's like pop, but not pop.
It's a sad
when
boy
you really,
pop.
dude, just enjoy it, love it, have fun with it. Don't expect anything from it. Let me tell you that right now. Do not expect a fucking thing from it.
Hey man, art is subjective as well. Like
it is. If you fucking love it and you're releasing it, that's all that matters.
Doesn't matter if anybody else does. Obviously, it feels good when somebody tells you your shit's popping, but like, it's more beneficial. Like if you're like, I know that this is 100% the best thing that I could put out. It's out there and people can hear it.
And remember that you can grow from that too. That's the other thing. So you're setting right now. This release is this your? You said this was your first release. Let me read this again. Debut EP. So it's your first release. You are setting your bar. This is your bar. Now you know where you have to go from here, which is up. So your next release, you set another bar, and you go higher and higher and higher. But this is your personal bar. It's your standard for what you want to create. Sometimes you go above it. Sometimes, like, you know, sometimes you go above other people's bars or below their bars. But it doesn't fucking matter because you're releasing what you want to. You got to create something. That's all that fucking matters. And if it pops, it pops. You know, but don't expect it to. You know, never expect anything to pop. Hope it does. Put the work in like it's gonna pop. But if it doesn't, here's what it is. Good. If you love all the tracks, then fuck it. Release it.
Man, my good friend Logan once told me something. Like, not my girlfriend Logan, but like my friend Logan. Logan Conrady.
You know? Conrady?
Yeah.
It's a hell of a last name.
Yeah, they're known. They're private school kids and rich people. But anyway,
they get the money for promotion, don't they?
Yeah, but basically,
that's what that is. Promote your music.
He always told me, like, with anything in life, he's like, you know, you should maintain your standards of what you want to be, but you gotta like lower your expectations for what it's actually going to be. Like, especially in music, like you know what you want it to be, and you're gonna, you know, do everything to get up there.
I think you like the more. But, be honest. Be honest with yourself.
You have to be humble with it. Like,
you have to be humble, but you also have to be honest with yourself. Like, fuck. I just want you to bring me a fucking water. You want water?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I've been talking for like 3 hours. I need some water.
Daddy's parched. Daddy's thirsty, and you are looking refreshing.
But you have to be honest with yourself entirely. That's the one thing. Is like. Yeah, do it for sure. Definitely drop it.
Drop it right now.
He's on. The fucking EP's not out. He's not gonna drop the link right now.
Oh. Give us a sample.
We wouldn't be able to fucking listen to it anyways, cause DMCA.
Hell yeah. He's the artist. He can just be like, yo, it's cool, guys.
Nope.
Just call the DMCA right now.
If it goes through a distribution at all, if it goes through like TuneCore, DistroKid, any of that shit, it's not gonna come through now.
Okay.
They've gotten everybody now.
Play it through your phone speaker.
They can still pick it up.
Fuck.
Bro, if you sing on key perfectly a song for 10 seconds, hit.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you? Okay, there was an episode of American Dad where they were joking about how like the fucking like FCC or whoever's in control of TV will shut them down if they start singing more than 5 seconds of a Beatles song or something. And they make a joke. They're like, hey, and then it goes to black. They're like, fuck, it was that quick.
That's the DMCA.
I was like, shit.
DMCA. They're taking
They're
everybody.
like, we
bro.
just blew the budget on that one episode by singing that half and
No, you don't have to sing it good. Like you could sing as long as it's the right notes. That's all that matters. As long as it's the notes.
the notes.
It just has to be the right notes. That's it. It could sound like, I mean, the right notes don't always sound good. Like there's other parts of singing, obviously.
Yo, what? I'm pretty sure it was you that was saying it or like sent it to me, or I was over here when you were talking about it. Like somebody played like three basic ass chords. Three basic ass chords.
So it was a 4-chord progression.
Yeah, 4-chord
on
progression.
ukulele, and because the chord progression was it was more than 10 seconds, and it's the pop chord progression. That's like the song they do that one thing, that skit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The 4-chord skit. And he used it to make a song about eating ass, and got DMCA banned.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, DistroKid. So, yep, can't play it. Just went through DistroKid. If you send it to me next time before it goes through DistroKid, I can play it on stream. But as soon as you submit it to DistroKid and it goes through any distribution towards, like, it'll probably hit. I don't know what their umbrella where they sit under, like, but yeah, that's your label technically. That's your distribution. Sure, make it.
Wait, who is this that we're talking to?
I have no idea.
Oh, just some random person.
It's a random person.
What is the genre?
Yeah, what's your genre?
Because that'll
Are we gonna
determine
listen
if
to
I
some
listen to it or
Latina
not.
music, bro?
Because I'll fuck around to some like some bachata, you know. I can't dance for shit till the liquor starts pouring.
When I get drunk, I start throwing my arms around and shit. It's weird. Like, did you see that TikTok?
Yeah.
I was gone, bro. I was like 9, 10 boulevards deep, bro. Oof. And like bunch of shots. Like I didn't remember why we were there till 2:30 for some reason. We get off at 9. We were at the bar till 2:30 a.m. Like, cause closed in the bar. I mean, we were though. I found out later that I guess our system went down and we had to call the lady and we were on the phone with her for 4 hours. Anyways, but at the end of that video, like, instead of shaking my ass, I started shaking my arms. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, this feels like my ass. Let me shake it.
A metal with a good bit of groove to it.
Metal.
Some gent. Send 'em my way, dude. I'll check it out. I'm down with it. Fuck you, Audible. I don't even pay for your subscription. Get off my chime, bro.
Fuck Audible, bro.
I need to download that app that cleans out all the shit you pay for.
Yeah.
Because I'd be paying for Audible for like fucking a year and a half. I don't even know why I have it.
Yo, I high-key just didn't realize how many fucking subscriptions I was paying for until I had to get a new fucking debit card. And they were like, hey, your shit's not working.
You come in.
Come in.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Everybody give it up for Jordan.
Water break.
Water boy.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Appreciate it, dog.
Didn't hand it to me because I'm colored.
He's from the north side. He knows what you do.
Oof. But ask about me. I'm known on the north side.
Oh, this mic's so heavy. Oh, that lid just went into my shoe. Ripper-rooney.
That was so refreshing.
Right?
Oh my God.
This is the second week in a row I've forgotten to bring up water.
It'd be like that. And this time I didn't bring water. I played myself. I brought some
I ran
salt.
out of water the other day, and your water was sitting on my cab over here, and I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was like, give me that. I'm immune to COVID right now. Yeah,
That's
boy.
not how that works, but yeah.
Gent, but just not really. The gent's just the gent. Goddammit, gent's just a honestly, it's just a terminology for like it's a groovier metal. like a groovier lick. Like most of the riffs are more groove based and like kind of like it's just a different like style. It rides more. It rides more than it does like to where like with like more like metalcore style. It's more like jogs, I guess. I don't really. Why did it send me to fucking Messenger?
He just stole your social security number.
Nope.
Joke's on you, he doesn't have one. He's undocumented.
I'm Jewish, not you.
Oof. On the first day of Hanukkah, Storm gave to me.
Oh, I thought you were a different. Oh no, wait. You are. Okay, so this is your name is like right in this. Have you ever heard of Devil in the Details?
Mm-mm.
They're a band from Omaha. His band is called Devils in the Detail. Basically,
they just swap the S.
The S is just in a different place.
Sir?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do with the new band. Stories Through Storm.
Honestly,
I could do it. I could turn the logo upside down.
Oof.
Whew.
We're on to something, boys.
Oh, let me just re-rip.
Austin enters the chat.
Fuck yeah, man. I'll give you a follow, though.
Actually, you can't do that.
I'll give you a follow, and I'll check it out when it drops, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming through.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to check it out. Unless I'm over here while Storm is checking it out.
You'll listen to it. I'll make you listen to
Oof. You're going to be like, hey, bro, come listen to this Twitch guy thing.
This Twitch guy?
The guy from Twitch.
Oh, that's great. What do you mean is illegal? What he said, but wait, that's illegal. That's what Jaden said. Or Bobito, god damn it!
You keep doing it.
It's so hard, bro.
I thought I was going to be the one to do it because my first instinct is just to be like,
party
bam.
Like when I'm like, it's different when like it's you. I think it's because you, me, him, and it's like Xavier and like it's the relation. Like,
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Okay, so I was actually having a discussion with Logan last night. You know, like, how like...
Just sue the fuck out of you.
You know how like everybody
You
like
call me by my right name.
calls me Xavier
Uh-huh.
or whatever. I have like another group, like my work people and like family members. They call me X. Like I'm trying to determine what the most like demeaning name is. Like, you know, like I get called X by like because that's my name on Snapchat. It's just X. Like mainly because I used to be slanging back in the day when I made this Snapchat. I'm not trying to have people like know my full last name. That's why my fucking Snapchat name has nothing to do with me as a person.
Knowing you in the context that I know you and the fact that you fucking X.
People call me X, yeah, and like I respond to it because like it just makes sense. I know they're talking about me because there's nobody else with an
Thinks he's
X.
fucking Ice Cube from fucking State of the Union.
No, I feel like DMX because on crack and everything.
In that movie, they're like, X, I do what I wanna.
I've actually never seen that movie.
Really? The second one?
Yeah, no.
Have you seen the first one?
No.
With Den Diesel?
Den Diesel? Den Diesel.
Den Diesel. There was actually... Oh, well, there it goes. First one was good. It was enjoyable.
I dropped the water.
Had Rammstein in it. The second one was cool. Was with Vin. It was pretty tight.
Let me just lick this up.
Or not Vin. Fucking Ice Cube. Huh?
Let me just lick this up or...
It's water.
Okay.
I don't have any towels in here right now. I didn't expect spillage. Oh, messy bum.
Oof. But
So yeah. The second one, the first one was good. I mean, I thought it was good so it was the first movie I ever saw a sex scene in, so that was enjoyable. It's not a full sex scene, but it was yeah.
the first sex scene I saw was yeah, I don't know. It's probably gonna.
Wait, no, I'm lying. Go ahead. Sorry.
I actually don't know. So
The first. No, that's not true. That's the first time I ever saw boobs. First time I ever saw boobs was the Titanic. Or at least remember seeing boobs. And the first sex scene I ever saw was Triple X, the one with Vin Diesel in it, cause I remember my mom's boyfriend at the time, his older son who was like 12. Was babysitting me, and we had Beyblades. And I
Beyblades.
fucked him up with some Beyblades, and he got mad. So he was like, "We're gonna watch a movie," and I was like, "Whatever, you're a bitch." And he turned on Triple X, the first one, and my mom was none too happy with that when she got home.
Oof.
So whatever. I mean, yeah.
The one that I can distinctly remember might not have been my first one, but it was from, I think, like Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and this didn't even like actually show tits or anything.
Yeah.
So like it was just a sex scene. So like you know they just inferred
There's-
basically. Yeah, you know with the music. and
Damn
everything.
bitch.
Yeah. So and then Halloween, yeah, that makes sense.
That
I didn't
coochie you
get to,
got
I
is
didn't get to
hella
watch horror
tight.
movies when I was younger. My mom didn't let me.
What a weird flex that I was the one watching horror movies as a kid.
I know, right? It was very backwards.
Yeah. And now you're over here covered in horror movie tats. And
Half an arm, calm down.
Mm,
It'd be more if I
covered.
didn't. If it'd be more if I could stay open past 9 o'clock.
It'd
I'm
be
supposed to have a tattoo this Tuesday. But
it'd be more if you just, bought a tattoo machine and did them yourself.
calm down, Crayola man. No.
Honestly, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to just order some fucking
Oh
tattoo
my
shit and start going
God.
crazy on my
Stay
legs.
the fuck away from my house.
Just all up and down the legs.
He's gonna come over next week, and your leg's gonna look like Alex Smith's.
Dude, I'd do any. No, I don't even care. I'd take Alex Smith leg if I was making as much
Did
money
you
as
see
he.
the fucking video? The picture of his leg when it was like bad?
Yeah.
Like he had what, 17 surgeries?
Rough.
Bro, his leg looks like it should have fallen off 3 years ago.
Bro, the shit's wrapped up like a fucking Poncho's burrito. That shit thick.
It wasn't even wrapped though.
Oh.
I saw it unwrapped.
Oh, no. I thought you meant like.
No, have you seen it unwrapped?
No, are you about to pull it up and show it?
I might.
Okay.
I'll pull it up on here.
Ooh.
Let's see if I can. This is pretty gnarly though.
Damn. don't bounce like that. The people at home didn't get that view, but
You like it. Leg. Yeah, there it is. How do I zoom in? I don't know anything about internet. I forgot how to
I'm
zoom.
a PC master. I don't know how to zoom.
The zoom button's not in the keys.
Hit Control Zoom.
Shut up.
Right click.
What time is it over in the States? It is 7:39 p.m.
Is it really 7?
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta get the fuck home. I got a dog to feed and shit. I didn't realize what time it was.
I guess it's kind of wrapped up.
That does not look like a real leg.
It doesn't. We're gonna go in game for a second.
That looks like like when you get the fucking wrestlers or whatever, that like the toy wrestlers, and their legs are all blocky and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it looks like.
It does. Gnarly.
Like, oh shit, Rey Mysterio, busted ass leg and shit.
Well, I guess if you gotta go feed your dog.
I do. He's been locked up all day. I feel bad.
Damn.
Well, like I was asleep, and
feed him
then
before you come over here. Shit.
well, like he's okay. Like I let him out to go to the bathroom before we left, and I'm like, he pooped and everything, so he's Gucci.
Where's Logan at?
She should be getting home from wherever the fuck she was at. She's at the gym, I think.
The gym.
The gym.
She working out for you?
She's trying to get right up on that fitness.
Work out for a real.
Pop that pussy for a real. But yeah.
Next week we'll have Andy on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping we can get Austin on here soon. The QA from Raven Software, so we can talk about Warzone. Unfortunately, it's not going to be before Warzone, unless I can manage to talk him into a. Are you off next Friday as well?
Mm-hmm.
We can maybe see if we can't do that. Because I am not off next Friday, but we can do it during the day.
I'll wake up and shit.
I go in at night.
Mm.
So this was good though.
Spicy.
It's nice to see that we can do it on our own.
Yeah.
So,
I think we have a decent banter. Like we can talk to each
a
other
good
for
chemistry.
a little bit. Like I don't know if I'd be able to sit here and talk with like Derek for this long.
I can't even look at Derek. For
Derek, I really hope you're back in the chat.
I hope so too. So
I love you, but I can't be talking to you for that long.
I'll probably Take like a 30-minute break. Probably be on some Warzone after that.
Yeah, I'll be on later tonight for sure.
Later.
Yeah, like 9 o'clock.
It's 7 already.
Is it? I mean, give me a moment. You know, I gotta
Go
get my
home
smite
and
in.
jerk it on off and get on Warzone.
I gotta go get my smite in.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Brett. We'll be back on the podcast later thing. We'll be streaming here shortly, probably here in a little bit. So if you want to come through and hang out,
Make sure you subscribe.
yeah, or follow. We'll follow. If you
No.
want to sub, please
No, sub. Sub. It's a guaranteed way for Storm to love you.
To love you.
That's how I actually got on this podcast. I subscribed for 6 months straight, and here we are.
Have you?
No.
Oh.
Once Amazon Prime ran out, you lost my subscription. Like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm just gonna pay $6 to watch you play video games, cause I can come over here and do this for free.
All right, yeah. Appreciate it.
Oh, I just stepped in the puddle.